6 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show. Exactly. What's up, folks? MJ and the crew here. Oh, look, everyone. Hey, Froggy, why do you have a disgruntled, kind of sour puss face this morning? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
So, can you explain the sour, pussy-looking face?
No. I can't explain that.
I don't see a face like that.
He just walked in and he had like a disgruntled, sour puss face. That's what I'm saying. I just want to help you turn that frown upside down if there's something that I can help you with this morning.
I think I'm good.
I mean, even just your demeanor right now, it's, yeah, I'm good. I mean, you seem lethargic. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Great. Why?
Well, because I just told you. You walked in and you got like kind of a sour puss face look. That's what I'm saying. It's just you look a little disgruntled. You don't look gruntled. You look disgruntled.
Maybe a little
I want you to be gruntled.
Maybe a little disgruntled. I don't know.
Okay, so why are you? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this.
It's just a little early, you know. Just the time.
It's a morning show, so.
So a little early?
A little early. Tired, you know.
No, dude, you're not leveling. You're not opening up. What's going on?
Nothing. God, leave me alone. Jesus.
And look at you, MJ. You're all like into facial expressions and body language. Since when?
I'm not into facial expressions and body language. I'm just saying that he walked in and he just has a look on his face.
Yeah, that's what a facial expression is.
I mean, by definition, she's right. Yes.
A look on his face.
You know what we got to do? We got to get hold of like Dennis Phillips at ABC Action News. Are we going to get the horrible smoke?
Oh, I saw
that's affecting the Northeast, even down through the Carolinas. And I even saw even in Georgia? I mean, we're not far away from Georgia. So are we going to be immune from all of that smoke up in you see they're canceling baseball games. They canceled like a Yankees game. They canceled, I think, a Phillies game in Philadelphia. The air quality in New York City is the worst in the world. It's worse than like in India, like in, I don't know, Delhi or whatever. I mean, it's awful. You know, like worse than some of those places in China with all the factories jammed up where, you know, when you breathe in particles that, you know, the size of Cheez-Its. Seriously.
I mean, it's easier to breathe in Wuhan right now than it is in New York City.
It is. And you know what's going on here. You know who's to blame, right? Yeah, the fires. Wildfires.
We need to form a full assault.
Blame Canada.
Don't blame me for my son's death.
No, blame Canada.
Blame Canada.
That's right. Blame Canada.
Blame Canada. Blame Canada.
You know, I'm telling you right now that they ought to start playing that like on the nightly news shows. You know, like ABC and NBC and CBS. You turn on Fox or CNN or MSNBC. They ought to be running this clip from South Park.
Blame Canada. Blame Canada.
Yeah, what's going on? What's all this smoke? What are all these damn wildfires? Why is the air quality index like a 400 in New York City? Why?
Blame Canada. Blame Canada.
I'm telling you, you ought to get a use of it. That's like from South Park season 2 or something.
From the movie.
It was a movie, wasn't it?
Was that from the movie?
Yeah.
I think they used that in an episode as well, didn't they? Or was that from the South Park movie? I thought it was early on in South Park.
It was from South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. This air quality that you just talked about, it is 203. For instance, right now in Tampa, it's 40, which is healthy.
Right. So our air quality index right now in Tampa Bay is 40.
Which is in the green, which is healthy.
That's green, healthy air. Hey, Froggy, take a deep breath. No, that was more of an exhale. That was like a... By the way, I did my last physical. I have the lungs of a 28-year-old.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know,
what about your other body parts?
No, I'm in pretty good shape, though. I did my physical a couple of months back. And have you ever done the physical where they whip out the breather machine?
No, I'm not that old.
It has nothing to do with that.
I mean...
Hold on. When's the last time you had a physical?
I'm very compliant. I am due for one in July, I think. So it would be last July.
So you had one. All right. And when you get your physical done, they draw blood, right?
Right.
You have all your blood panels done.
I have the blood of a 16-year-old.
Whatever. Wow. Have you
have
ever...
the lungs of a 28?
They've never whipped out the little breathing thing where you have to blow into the tube and then it goes onto the computer screen and it has a bar graph.
No.
And they have you like breathe. You have to inhale and then
No, I'm not at risk for emphysema.
Keep blowing, blowing, keep blowing, blowing. And you
Sorry, I'm getting a phone call.
who the hell is calling you at 6:05 in the morning?
I have it's just other work stuff. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I have a big job today.
Okay, whatever. All right. So they have this little device. You blow into this thing, and then it shows up on the computer monitor, and they can tell you from the report that you get, what your lung capacity is like, whether you're blowing at a good level. So you got to blow, then you inhale, and then you blow, and you like blow as long as you can until you've exhaled everything, and it keeps track. So
Wow.
if you did that, like if you were having a physical in New York City right now, my God, I think your lungs would probably explode.
Yeah, it says right now it's 203 compared to the 40, the green 40 in Tampa, 203. Very unhealthy.
In New York.
Whoa.
Yes, it
But
says it.
yesterday they hit as high as 400,
Ooh.
which was the worst air quality in the world in New York City. They said it's not healthy to be outside at all.
That's awful.
People are putting the masks back on and everything, N95s and this and that. And why? Because of like 400 wildfires that are burning up in Canada. So what do?
Blame Canada! Blame Canada!
Absolutely. Blame Canada. Damn Canadians. What's going on? All right, just getting rolling, folks. It's the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 607. Let's grab traffic with Pat. And then we got a loaded MJ Morning Show here on this Thursday. We're back in a minute.
Still a nice, quiet.
It is it's the MJ Morning Show here at Q105. MJ at 6:20 with Roxanne and Fester and Froggy. And I'm laughing because I was going through my notes that I make to myself. Yeah, on my Android phone, yeah, I'm not as cool as Froggy and Roxanne and Fester because I don't have an iPhone. I use an Android phone. I'm on the Pixel 6 Pro still, which I've liked the phone. The latest update, though, it's draining my battery like a vampire biatch. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm hoping they fix the battery drain issue with the June update, which should be soon, but all these updates have been running late since like March. But I like my Android, folks. And yeah, I will upgrade in October. I'll probably get the Pixel 8 Pro. Tend to skip a year. I don't get one every single year. But I was just looking at my notes, and I use just like a little note app where I just make notes. And I just one word, butt chugging. All right?
What?
Butt chugging. So, well, you've never heard of butt chugging?
No.
I got to get Julian on.
I'm going to stay out of this one.
Yeah, I got to get Julian on because when we were up at his graduation last weekend at his boarding school in Connecticut, I was hanging out with his friends, and they're about to become graduates, and he brought up this story how the school brought in an anti-drug motivational speaker. It's like a couple of months back. And they brought this guy on stage, and whole school's there, and the guy's just doing like 10 minutes on the dangers of butt chugging.
Okay, the only thing I can think of when you say that is when you eat the cigarette butts, you chug them out of an ashtray.
No,
That's a
maybe.
terrible guess. Fester, hey, Mr. Google, why don't you go to Google?
Well, I didn't
Why
want to.
are you on Facebook?
Because I don't want the sneak preview of what it is. You said we're going to get to it soon. I don't need to know
all
what
right.
it is now.
Yeah, it's too early to call Julian now, and but I
I don't know what it is. I could Google it, but we're going to talk to Julian soon, next hour maybe. I don't know when.
we should come on. You've never heard of the expression? I think we've actually talked about this.
I don't.
All right, listen, we'll talk to Julian later. We can still mention what it is. Go to Google and get me the official medical definition.
Is it one word or two words?
I think the school administrators were like horrified as this guy's talking about butt chugging for 10 minutes. Butt chugging.
Oh my God! Okay,
Yes!
all right.
You
Okay,
had no idea?
Okay, now I know what it is. Okay, yes.
How many
Yes.
of our listeners know what butt chugging? Should we go to the early 6:22 in the morning butt chugging lines?
They've all had time to go to Google now. Also,
Has anyone ever butt chugged? 800-999.
Oh, what? That's what?
that's like a comedy
Are you
routine.
kidding me?
The guy goes on stage before this boarding, like 300 students, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders at this boarding school, and he's doing 15 minutes on butt chugging.
I mean, that ruins the taste of tequila.
Okay.
Oh, I know what that. Okay.
Well,
Well, then why did you say anything?
Because it just took me forever to figure it out, but you can do that, right?
Roxanne, you don't drink the tequila.
All right, so
It should never,
I know.
It doesn't affect the taste because you don't drink it.
Well,
Exactly.
I mean, depends where you have taste buds.
in
I
fact, you
guess.
can buy the cheapest stuff. You don't need to spend big money on George Clooney's tequila, all right? Did I hear that he sold like his interest in the company, or that the George Clooney tequila company, they sold it for like $1 billion to one of the big liquor companies?
Probably.
My God. That's the big thing, is all these celebrities having their own liquor brands,
Clothing brands.
Yeah, was that the Casa Amigos? Was that it?
He sold it a while ago, it looks like.
Yeah, June of 2017. The name Casamigos comes from the Spanish casa, house, thank you, amigos, friends. Oh, thank you so much, house of friends. It was purchased in June 2017 by the multinational beverage company Diageo, is that how you pronounce it?
Sure.
For $700 million plus a further $300 million based on the brand's performance. It's like $1 billion deal. And George Clooney was involved in that. George Clooney might have made more money with this tequila sale than he's made in all the movies he's ever done. Quite possibly.
Wow.
Anyway,
Wow.
back to butt chugging. So we'll get Julian, my son, my brand new recent high school graduate. We'll get Julian on, I don't know, maybe next hour, 8 o'clock hour, because he's got to tell the story about the butt chugging guy. And this guy is talking about sticking a tube up your butt and getting drunk. That's what it is. It's like an alcohol enema. And
Who was the guy? Was he?
he was some kind of a, like a live in a van down by the river. He's like an anti-drug and alcohol motivational speaker that the school thought would be a great idea to bring him in. I don't know if they checked out his curriculum or his syllabus or whatever what he talks about, but he did 15 minutes on jamming a tube up your butt and getting drunk that way. And he's like, yeah, butt chugging. How many of you kids, show of hands, how many kids out there have butt chugged?
People raising their hands in the third row. Me! It's me!
All right, so, man, he's telling the story. I'm like, oh, my God. And he says he's looking over at the school administrators and the teachers and faculty, and they're like, oh, this guy.
I mean, they paid him, right? The school pays him for giving his little speech to the kids.
I don't know.
I'm sure.
Maybe.
That's his deal.
Yeah, and the guy's name is Bobby Gordon. I even wrote down the name. I guess he's well known.
Bobby's riding his butt chugging all the way to the bank, getting these nice stipends from these schools.
Bobby Gordon on butt chugging. All right, we got to get Julian on later on. I just found out a little. Well, actually, I think I was told earlier in the week, but I forgot, and I just refound out. I just found out that one of the members of the MJ Morning Show is going to be leaving early this morning. And you know what? This is becoming quite an epidemic. This is becoming quite regular. Missing shows, leaving early, this, that.
Is it an epidemic or an endemic?
I'm going with epidemic. Anyway, Roxanne, you're leaving early this morning.
Yeah, it's me. It's me. I'll be here until the 9 o'clock. Once you start at the 9 o'clock, I'll be gone.
So we start the 9 o'clock at about 8:55.
Okay, I will be gone.
So you're leaving at 8:55? Or
yes.
You're leaving. What time do you have to be where you have to be?
I don't know exactly, but I hope that will get me there on time.
Hold on a minute. What time do you have to show up?
I know.
Hold on. All right, stop. Roxanne's got to be at a TV studio to record a TV show. So if there's any place you have to be, I would think that you would have to know the time to be there to record a TV show.
Especially for television.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They know I'm pretty I can just run in and do my thing. So I don't need a lot of front end.
What time do they start recording?
9:53, I have an interview with the Outlanders cast.
What the hell's that?
Okay.
It's a show. It's a very popular show. Season 7 is coming back.
On what? What does that run on?
I'll have to Stars, I think. Stars, I believe.
Yeah, there's so much streaming out there. There's just a lot of good stuff. It's a lot of bad stuff too, but there's a lot of good stuff out there. I just can't get to it all.
No.
All right, so here's the deal. Roxanne is leaving early because she's filling in as a guest host on Channel 8, 10, 28, Fox 13. What channel? I don't even know what channel it is.
All of them. It's simulcast on. No, it's actually just Morning Blend on ABC Action News, our news partner.
Oh, yeah.
And your friend filling in for Natalie Taylor. Your friend.
My
Natalie
friend.
And Walter.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's right. Natalie.
No, she's my friend too. Yeah.
Natalie Taylor does Morning Blend, and that's on ABC 28.
Mm-hmm.
And what time is that? It's on like 10 a.m. or something? 10 a.m. And Natalie Taylor, that's right. She sent a glass of wine over to me.
Classy.
Was it? I think it was me and Michelle, right?
Weren't you at Burns?
Yeah, we were at Burns Steakhouse. This is a couple of months back. And the waiter says, yes, this is compliments of Natalie Taylor. And I'm like, oh, I think that's Roxanne's friend. And yeah, she sent over a couple of glasses of wine to Michelle and me. We were with another couple out for dinner, and I thought it was a lovely gesture. And it had turned out that I ran into I didn't know it was her husband. See, this is all new to me. So her husband is Walter
Allen.
And he is on Fox 13.
Early in the morning, yes.
So, yeah, he's isn't he like the morning anchor on Fox 13?
Exactly.
On the, what are they, Good Morning Tampa Bay?
Okay. You guys are really name dropping left and right a bunch of medium level local personalities on the news.
Fester.
I mean, you are. I mean, you know.
Festa, what is wrong with
No,
you?
you guys are just really name droppy right now.
Why do you have to say it like
Listen,
that?
I'll tell you right now, one time I was in an elevator with Dick Crippen, okay? So I know people too in this town.
I'm just saying that there's a tie in here. So I'm walking in the hall at Burns, and I think I went to the restroom or something. And then Walter, he says, "Hey, MJ?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then I knew I recognized his face. And he said, "Hey, I'm Walter. I'm on Fox 13. I'm like, "Hey, Walter, nice to meet you." He said, "Hey, I've been wanting to meet you." He shook my hand. "It's a pleasure to meet you. I've seen you on TV." And we exchanged some pleasantries. And then 8 minutes later, 2 glasses of wine show up. And then the waiter at Burns says, "Oh, and this is from Natalie Taylor." I'm like, but I didn't know they were married.
Yes. Yes, they're married, but they have, she has her other name for TV.
Right. So I didn't know that. All right. So Roxanne, you're filling in.
Yes, today.
For Natalie Taylor on the Morning Blend, which runs on Channel 28 at 10 a.m.
Which will air tomorrow.
Oh, so you're pre-taping.
I'm pre-taping today.
You're taping today to air tomorrow. So they don't do that show live?
Not today, they don't. I don't know if they ever do any component of it live, but
Gotcha.
not today.
So who else are you hosting with?
Myself, just me.
You're the only one hosting?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You better figure out what time you need to be there.
Fester, I will get there.
And it's
Don't
an
worry about
hour-long
it.
show?
I'm worried.
Yes.
And you do interviews?
Yes.
So you're interviewing the cast of Outlander?
Yeah, this is a really big show.
And you don't even know where it runs?
I don't know. I know what I'm going to ask them, but I don't know when it runs. No, that'll be in
Well,
the script. That'll be in the teleprompter.
What network does it run on?
I don't know. That's when I look at the teleprompter.
I think
and it tells me.
I think you want to talk about butt chugging.
Yes.
I want you to do a whole segment on butt chugging because you're going to know a lot about it when we call Julian later on.
Roxanne, I'll tell you right now. I'll give you $1,000 if you work in butt chugging.
And the MJ Morning
Yes.
Show. How many times are you going to say MJ Morning Show? We got to work that out.
I think they put that up. When they put the graphic up.
No,
I think
you
it
need
says
to say
Roxanne
it
Wilder.
like 27 times. I'm going to set a quota, and we're going to play it all back, and we're going to ding you. We're going to let you every time you say MJ Morning Show, you'll get a ding, and you get a biscuit.
I have zero anxiety about doing TV stuff, but now to know that it's going to be picked through with a fine-tooth comb, like looking for lice, looking for everything I do wrong, now I have anxiety about
Hold
it.
on, we're just trying to help. First of all, we've already written your first question to the Outlanders. Where does this show run?
Do you guys butt chug?
Second question. That's the follow-up. Hi, I'd like to ask my first question, then I have a follow-up.
So Roxanne's leaving early today because she's got to fill in on Channel 28's The Morning Blend. All right, quick break. We'll do early Morons in the News next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Our great sponsors are folks... It is 6:41. MJ and the crew here. Oh boy, do I have a Morons in the news story here. Listen, there's no beating around the bush. There's no softening this one. You just gotta get into it here. Let me just share the headline. And, well, the headline does not leave much to the imagination. The headline on this early Morons in the news story here on the MJ Morning Show kind of sets the tone, the pace. The headline is Mom, Daughter, allegedly butchered Grandma with a chainsaw and grilled her body parts.
Wow.
Why don't you add that to your list on Morning Blend this morning?
Yeah, we can do that for the A-Block Chit Chat.
A-Block Chit.
I can do a little monologue about it.
This is nuts. A Maryland mom. This is Maryland. This is not like some loony village somewhere, overseas. This is Maryland. Maryland mom and daughter charged with dismembering the matriarch of the family with a chainsaw and then grilling her body parts to get rid of them.
Were these two into like witchcraft or?
No,
I mean,
they were into using credit cards apparently because there was a fight over a credit card.
Yes. No witchcraft here. But But I did buy the big green egg with that credit card, and I'm going to use it to cook you.
And I bought a steel chainsaw
Yes.
with that credit card. I mean, is this unbelievable? Why is this not bigger news? Why is this not like all over the place?
Yeah, why isn't this the lead in every? This is just.
I mean, this is bigger than bad air coming down from Canada. This is worse than the smoke coming down from Canada. Margaret Craig, 71, had been gone for more than a week when the cops made this awful, horrific discovery at the relative's home in Landover, Maryland, last week during a welfare check. I guess there was concern for what happened to Meemaw.
None of the other relatives have heard from her in a week.
Meemaw got the chainsaw.
Oh, my God.
I mean, this is terrible. I mean, this is an awful story.
You know, if you presented this story to like a Hollywood producer and said, I have this great idea for a horror movie,
Yeah, like
they would.
Yeah, so it's like daughter and mother
Yes.
get into a fight with grandma over credit cards, and then they hack her up with a chainsaw,
Chop her up.
and then they put her on a grill.
Yeah. And the producer would be like, that's disgusting. No one want that. That's too horrific, even for Hollywood.
Or it's, that's not plausible. That doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's what you're trying to say. But wow, when officers entered the basement, they immediately, they smelled some, decomposition.
Well, they didn't cook it well enough. Then.
A preliminary investigation conducted by the homicide detectives in Landover, Maryland, determined that Candace Craig killed her mother back on May 23rd. The following day, her 19-year-old daughter, Salia Hardy, helped Craig dispose of Grandma's body. What the freak? According to the cops, Margaret's daughter, 44-year-old Candace Craig, answered the door, allowed the cops to look for the older woman. So something triggered the welfare check.
Yeah, nobody heard from Grandma in a week.
You know, a lot of people don't realize this, but if, let's say you've got relatives out of town, you can't get a hold of them, someone maybe it's even your kid, whatever, parents, and let's say you're not in the same town with them and you can't just drop by the house, you can call local authorities in their city, their town. You can call the police and you can say, hey, can't get a hold of my Aunt Bertha. I can't get a hold of Uncle Seymour. I can't get a hold of my mother or grandmother, Sadie. And could you guys please swing by and do a welfare check? Cops and police department, they do welfare checks all the time. So they obviously got tipped off. They go to Grandma's house for a welfare check, and nothing's going on. Can't find anything. So then I guess they go to the family's house here, and that's when they go in. They smell something that's not right. And the mother and the daughter are accused of killing the grandma during an argument, and apparently it was over credit card usage. Listen, I can't get into some of the details here, but this is according to WJLA Television, which is a big TV station. I think that's ABC up in Washington, D.C. Cops said they found what appeared to be, not going to say that. They noticed bags, knife on the floor, additional cutting instruments. I mean, this is like something out of Saw.
Isn't like May 23rd, like a week or two after Mother's Day? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, they waited until after Mother's Day weekend, right?
They bought her all the gifts with those credit cards.
This is insane. When interviewed by detectives, Candace's daughter, the 19-year-old, allegedly told them that her grandmother had accused her mother of credit card fraud, threatened to report her to the police. So it sounds like the daughter took grandma's credit card and went on a big old shopping spree. There was a confrontation, and oh my God, my mother, the grandma to the 19-year-old, is threatening to go to the cops about the daughter fraudulently using her credit card. So then they concoct this plan to kill grandma and then chainsaw her to pieces and then put her on a grill?
Does it mention what kind of grill they used? Was it like, a charbroil grill or a Weber grill?
Weber, that doesn't
Big green egg.
A green egg? That's right, a
doesn't
smoker.
say.
Was it one of those new Traeger grills with the pellet system?
So apparently they're arguing over the credit card fraud, and it escalated to a physical attack that resulted in Grandma's death. We don't know how she initially died. We just know now what happened after the fact. The next day, the granddaughter apparently discovered the grandma's body stuffed inside a blue plastic container in her bedroom, and then helped her mother get rid of the body, which included. I mean, this is from Channel 7. This is ABC 7 WJLA television in Washington. After that, Candace Craig and her daughter dismembered the body using a chainsaw, attempted to dispose of the body parts using fire on a grill and a bonfire. What the? I mean, this is unbelievable. A little over 2 years before the carnage, Candace posted a sweet Mother's Day message on her Facebook page, gushing that her mom was the number one woman in my life. And wow, what a difference 2 years makes. Next thing you know, you're using your mom's credit card fraudulently, and then you're killing her and hacking her up with a chainsaw, and then putting her on a grill like it's some kind of weekend, get-together.
Somebody brings some potato salad.
Oh, jeez.
It was like a potluck.
Some macaroni salad.
Something.
Where's the slaw? Oh, my God. Is that can you imagine your own daughter and granddaughter? Hell?
You love your grandma.
Oh,
Everybody loves grandma.
Listen to this. The Mother's Day message from 2 years earlier goes on to say, I hope you have an awesome and peaceful day. I don't get to say this every day, but I love you very much. To the moon and back.
Mm-hmm. Everybody loves grandma. I love grandma medium rare.
To the chainsaw department at Home Depot and back. That's right. This weekend at the Home Depot.
You can buy everything you need for this at the Home Depot.
Oh, yeah. Bleach and plastic bags and chainsaws are on sale now at the Home Depot, where doers get things done. Is that their slogan?
Yes.
Because I confuse their slogan with like Granger. What's the Granger? I confuse the slogans. Is that not unfreaking believable?
It doesn't seem possible. It doesn't seem.
I'm gonna get a cease and desist from Home Depot. They're gonna make me stop using their music. Their lawyers are gonna send us a letter. Hey, your morning DJ. He's using the Home Depot music, talking about hacking up grandma with a chainsaw that she bought at Home Depot. Sorry. I mean, whoa.
Wow.
That is an absolute wow.
I need to know what she bought on a credit card. What set grandma off?
Yeah, we don't have that. We don't know exactly what the daughter purchased as far as insurance fraud wise. We don't know. But is that not an unbelievable story? That's why we call it Morons in the News, folks. All right, 6:51 at the MJ Morning Show. Oh, I've got an Apple update. You know, the whole Apple, the whole VR headset that they just revealed, was it AR, VR, augmented reality?
It's like, what, $3,500 or something?
Ridiculous price, $3,499. There's an update. Did you see there's a whole list of people that should not use the headset?
Oh, like if you have certain medical conditions?
All right, hang on a minute.
Certain astrology signs?
No, nothing to do with astrology. But do not buy the new augmented reality Apple Vision Pro deal for $3,500 if you have the following. What's the following? Well, you'll have to follow it next. In a minute, we're back momentarily. MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. Hey, internet. Dead or Alive, a classic from the 1980s. As I listen to that, I hear similarities. Remember that song from, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago? Remember that Bulletproof song? This time, baby, I will be bulletproof. Remember that song?
I remember the song.
Yeah, Bulletproof. And I'm telling you, I hear elements of Dead or Alive's You Spin Me Round in Bulletproof, which was, I think, about 10 years ago. Yeah, I just thought I'd point that out, because, some musical observations and trivia are, right up our alley here on the MJ Morning Show.
Yeah.
You remember that song, Bulletproof?
Yes.
This time, baby, I will be. I like that song. Maybe I liked it because I like Dead or Alive, You Spin Me Round. Maybe that's why there was some who did that? LaRue. Bring that up. Bring that song up, would you please?
Yeah, I mean, I have a...
Yeah, I have an ad here. Get through the ad. Yeah, it's on YouTube. So here we go. Okay, you got it? I hit. I think it might have been a little borrowing in that thing. Just
sampling.
I don't know about sampling. Just some of the melody.
Inspired by.
Yeah, little inspiration. That's a good word. Hey, if you're a scumbag.
Hi, how are you? Nice to see you guys. Thanks for coming. I'm a real scumbag.
Hang on a minute. Seriously, if you're a scumbag, I got a story for you in just a matter of moments. It's a little heads up, little warning. You just never know, and it's going to be a segue. It's going to be kind of a bumper pull shot off of the VR story. All right, so hang on a minute. First, though, it's pretty funny. I had who sent this to me? Daniel Wilson in Carrollwood. Hey, good morning, Daniel, and I want to thank you for listening to the MJ Morning Show.
He's not the scumbag, is he?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's
a whole different story.
I'm sorry,
dude. What are you doing?
I'm too busy watching the LaRue video on silent.
So Daniel Wilson in Carrollwood sent me the little tip on this. And again, folks, I appreciate hot tips, gossip. You have any great material for the MJ Morning Show, you have an inside scoop, email me. And that's exactly what Daniel Wilson in Carrollwood did. He sent me an email to mj@mjmorningshow.com. Again, this is my private email. You can send me anything.
Do you like just the hot tip?
What?
Wow.
What did you just say?
I'm only going to be here for part of the day, so I just want to make an impact.
What did you just say?
You said I like hot tips. You said you like hot tips.
And you said?
Just the hot tip.
Are you drunk? Are you butt chugging?
She might be.
All right. So, Daniel, thank you for tipping me off to this. mj@mjmorningshow.com is my private email. I'm the only one who goes through it. And he sent me a note that said, hey, MJ, did you see the list of people who should not use the new Apple VR thing? He says it's going to be a failure. All that money gone. No one's going to buy it. I wouldn't. There's a lot of blowback that this VR headset's going to be $3,500. $3,499 for this Apple. Look, I have no interest. Would I put it on and try it and see what this whole augmented reality thing's all about? Yeah, probably. I'd try it. I'm not shelling out $3,500 for it. But he sends me this whole list here. And I guess buried within the tech details of this new Apple VR headset, that these are the people who should not use it. Would you like to hear the list?
Yes.
Some of them might be obvious, I think, but
If you have Meniere's disease, you know what Meniere's disease is?
Oh, I feel like I've diagnosed myself with this at some point in my life.
I'm sure you have. You've diagnosed yourself with everything.
It sounds familiar.
What do you think it is?
Oh, is it something with your ears?
Yes. Keep going. Keep going. Yes.
Is it ringing in your ears? Is it?
Yeah,
is
that
it-
would be tinnitus.
Tinnitus.
Or some people say tinnitus.
Yeah.
No, that's not right. But it is something to do with the ear. You are correct. So
Is it a stuffy ear canal? Is it a? I don't know.
it's like middle ear syndrome when you get dizzy and like vertigo.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Yeah, Meniere's disease. It gives you like vertigo. So don't use the Apple VR headset if you have that. Past traumatic brain injury. So if you've had any kind of brain injury, don't put the new Apple VR headset on.
I would imagine that could be a simple concussion that you endured in a sports when you were a kid or
Yeah,
something.
or post-concussion syndrome. Don't put it on. You got migraines? Apple VR headset's not for you. Vertigo's also on the list. If you have ADHD or ADD, oh my God, that's like 97% of all the kids that are diagnosed these days with ADHD and ADD.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have ADD or ADHD, do not put the Apple VR headset on.
this is a large segment of society already.
It is.
Well, if it does bad stuff to these people, what does it do to regular people?
If you have two lungs, do not put the Apple VR headset on.
Wait a minute.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
I was just trying to see if Froggy was.
I was going to say, what the hell?
I want to see if Froggy's awake over there. I just see him almost dozing off over there. Well, there you go. That caught Froggy's attention. No, there's nothing about lungs.
I got a couple lungs, right?
If you have any anxiety disorders,
Oh, forget it.
do not put the new Apple VR headphone on.
Now,
Who's going to use them?
Yeah, why are they saying
Headset,
this?
I sit, whatever the hell this thing's called. Epilepsy. Well, that makes sense.
I thought that would be the only thing you were going to say.
If you're pregnant, do not put on the new Apple VR thingamajig. If you're prone to inner ear infections, anxiety, ADHD, ADD, if you have a pacemaker, if you're prone to blackouts or seizures, pregnant, do not put on the headset. So that's just a partial list of people who need to avoid. I got to be honest. I think that aside from all of these medical ailments, I think just a lot of people that are in perfect health are going to be avoiding the $3,500 Apple VR headset. That's what I think.
You don't want to bring on any of these conditions.
You ready for the scumbag element here? It has nothing to do with the VR headset. All right. It does have to do with Apple, by the way. And if I'm saying attention scumbags and then I bring up Apple, does anyone have any guess on where this segue is going?
People who try to follow people with Apple AirPods or AirTags.
There you go. Look at that. Roxanne, man, you're on fire today. Not the AirPods.
Vulgarity.
Well,
Okay,
hold on.
yeah.
What are those things called?
Earbuds.
No, but what's the Apple name for them? AirPods, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, no, I don't know tech
right.
stuff,
All right.
guys. You know that.
Yeah, because I don't have the Apple little, white dangly ear things. I don't have those. But they're AirPods, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's you're right. It's the
Tag.
the AirTag. Yeah. So you got to hear this. Apple AirTag helped locate $62,000 worth of stolen vases from grave sites. A family was smart enough to put an Apple AirTag in like a vase at a cemetery in Texas, and they helped police locate 62 grand worth of stolen vases. So these scumbags were going to cemeteries, stealing metal vases to hold like flowers and ornaments, and then taking the metal to like scrap yards to sell the scrap metal. More than 100 bronze vases were taken from grave sites in Texas, about 45 minutes south of Houston, Brazoria County, over the past 2 months. And the thieves then would try to sell the bronze vases for scrap metal. But there was a family that put an AirTag in the vase at the cemetery, at the gravesite, and they were able to track the stolen graveside vase. and that in turn helped blow the case wide open, and you had the cops find $62,000 worth of stolen vases.
It seems like a lot of vases.
So the point is, attention scumbags, big scumbag alert, folks. I mean, you never know where there's going to be an AirTag. You don't.
You can't steal anything anymore.
It's a shame.
Why would you put it like that?
Did I,
Why
what?
would you say?
Oh.
It's like you're disappointed.
I mean-
why would you say that?
I know a guy who loves stealing. Like any store he goes into, he'll steal.
Oh,
Does he have money?
That's pathetic.
Yes, he has plenty of money.
That's
Isn't that weird?
pathetic. That
It's
is
just, I think he's like
a
a
mental
Klepto.
case.
klepto,
It's
right?
like it sounds like he's a sicko. What's his name?
Mike.
Mike the klepto.
Mike the
Klepto Mike.
I was at Disney with him one time, and he was in a Disney store stealing stuff.
Are you serious?
his kid.
You know what? I knew people who stole in high school, and theme parks were always their racket to steal from.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So just a heads up. I mean, that's pretty ingenious. The family put the AirTag in the graveside vase, and then it in turn blew the case wide open, and they found the crooks with 62 grand full of stolen vases from grave sites. That's terrible. But listen, just hey, crooks, thieves, scumbags, sickos, you're on alert. You never know where an AirTag's going to be. So that's an example of, I think, Apple technology. The tiles, the AirTags. I think that's something that's good that can, expose scumbags like this. So, by the way, one other thing, and I don't have time here, but I'll get to. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ Morning Show next, but there's a guy that invented something huge for Apple, and you're not going to believe what he has to say about that VR headset thing. So hang on. When we get back, I'm going to whip out a classic crotchety because remember with Roxanne's eye flashes, remember Dr. Chuck Sloan brought up a crotchety old man call? And then I had a couple of people follow up with email. Hey, MJ, can you really play that old crotchety old man call? That has to do with the eyeballs? I'm like, yeah, sure enough. So I got it queued up. We'll play that coming up. Hey, we start an hour and 20 minutes nonstop MJ. I can't even scratch the surface what's coming up next. So don't move. We're back in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show. And then don't forget, 9 o'clock hour, we'll go give away another pair of Duran Duran tickets. So Duran Duran, Amalie Arena, June 17th. We'll give away tickets in the 9 o'clock hour. So keep listening right here on the MJ Morning Show. Now, if you're planning a move... 405 725, and boom, just like that, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ Morning Show right now. And I'm the only one in the studio. There is no Roxanne, there is no Fester, there is no Froggy. So it is truly just the MJ Morning Show. Oh, look, here comes Froggy just casually strolling in. I'm glad. Thank you for joining us, Froggy.
Hey, where's everybody?
I don't know. That's what I was just saying, that I'm the only one in the studio.
Aw.
We launch an hour and 20 minutes nonstop, and no one's in the freaking
Are you
studio.
lonely?
No, I'm not lonely, but this is a show. We have a
Oh,
whole
here
team.
comes-
Fester, why is everyone just lollygagging and
What's up
walking
with
in?
you
Why am I
guys?
back on the air for a minute, and everyone's just casually strolling
Bunch
in?
of BS is what it is.
Well, usually the first
Well, you were
minute,
late also,
oh,
Froggy.
yeah, I was.
Usually
Sorry.
the first minute you're just,
Yakulating.
It's not
Seriously.
true.
Well,
Hey, a couple of other things regarding Apple before I get too far away. We just did the ingenious AirTag in the bottom of the bronze graveside vase story that they were able to recover the stolen vase with an Apple AirTag. A couple of other things. I mentioned also the VR headset that we talked about, I think, first earlier in the week? Or was it late last? Whatever the hell it was. And this is interesting because that VR headset, if your kids are talking about it, if you're interested in it, listen, it's $3,500, $3,499. But listen to this. Tony Fidel, a 54-year-old executive, played a key role in the development of the iPod. The iPod is now discontinued. I still have a couple of them lying around. I use one. I've got an iPod Touch. I still love it. I use it when I ski. Love it. Sometimes when I travel. Put the, the noise-canceling little Bose earbuds in, and boom. Enjoy some music while I'm traveling. Kick back, relax. Well, this dude that was heavily involved in the iPod, he says, essentially no one's buying this thing.
I mean, who's dropping $3,500?
Well,
How many have they sold in this first week?
Well, I don't think, did they put it up for sale or they just introduced it? I don't know if they actually put it up for sale.
Okay, you can't go to the store and buy it?
Hey, Andrew, can you do me a favor? I'm not an Apple head. I don't think they're for sale yet. I think they just introduced it. I didn't see when it's actually supposed to go up for sale. Andrew, if you can just look that up for me quickly. But this Tony Fidel guy, 54-year-old executive, who was key in the launch of the iPod, he says that Apple has jumped the shark on this one. He says that, listen, the Apple Vision Pro is a technological tour de force, very impressive hardware, but with the consumer apps and marketing for $3,500 with a 2-hour battery life, he says, nah, Apple's jumped the shark on this one. So it doesn't sound like he's very enthusiastic that this thing's going to be a success.
I don't know. I don't necessarily take 100% credibility in anything that anybody named Fidel has to say. I'm just saying.
No. Fidel. It's Fadell. It's not Fidel Castro.
It's not Fidel.
It's Fidel.
I get it. Your name's Fidel, but it sounds a lot like Fidel.
No, it doesn't.
It,
It doesn't.
It kind of does.
No, it doesn't.
It's not Fidel, it's Fidel.
Thank you, Froggy. How many?
So Andrew's saying early next year. They just introduced the thing, and it's supposed to be coming and available to purchase early next year. And he says, yeah, I think this is a shark jumper. Oh, I mentioned this yesterday, and got a lot of Apple crap for someone that really doesn't use Apple products much. I mean, I've got an iPad that I use for FaceTime for some of my radio shows that I do, because I do several other things. But other than that, I don't have an iPhone. I do have an old iPod. But they changed the autocorrect. So Apple has updated autocorrect. If you used to use the F word, so if you did the...
Oh, I saw this.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
So if you were texting and you were using the F-bomb, it would change it to ducking.
Yeah, I think
D-U-C-K-I-N-G. So if you were like, oh, man, the so-and-so and the bleeping, and it would change effing to ducking, D-U-C-K-I-N-G.
Well, I use that word so frequently in my text messages that my phone knew a while ago, like, this is what she means. She doesn't mean the D word. She means the other.
But is that
ducking.
All you guys are Apple users? But with the new iOS 17 to be released later this year, so it's not out yet, but with the next iOS version 17, they're going to take the autocorrect for F-bombing and they get stop ducking, DUCKING, and they're going to actually let you utilize the word.
Anytime you type that word, it would go to the duck.
The ducking.
And you'd be like, ugh, ugh, ugh.
It's a mess. Hey, Roxanne, I got an undergarment question for you.
Okay. I never know how you're going to start. You start that sentence. Hey, Roxanne, it's like, I got a bone to pick with you. I got a personal question for you. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I saw an item. I read this a couple of days ago that there's a new trend to expose your bra. Are you aware of this?
No, but that makes me feel better because sometimes I do unintentionally.
There is a new trend, and I guess it was pretty prevalent at the Cannes Film Festival, which just occurred. And some of these events, celebrities are now being seen, and then others that are not celebrities are being seen in New York, I guess Paris. There's a new trend for women to actually deliberately have their bras showing from the dress that they're wearing.
I need to see some more photos on this, but if your bra's pretty enough, I guess, looks like a bathing suit top. So
here's
go
an
for it.
example. Sydney Sweeney, Scarlett Johansson, a name we all know. They were visible at the Cannes Film Festival. They were wearing dresses where their bras were completely visible, even poking out deliberately, like the frilly, lacy stuff on their bras, the tops of the bras, side of the bra. It was an absolute deliberate attempt to show the bra and not hide the bra. And apparently this is a new trend. It's a provocative style reminiscent of Y2K fashion, when it was vogue to wear a bra as a top. Was that a thing back during Y2K, the 1999 to 2000 turnover? Was that a trend 23 years ago that women were just walking around in bras?
I don't remember that, but it was a very heavy drinking time for me.
I mean, when you talk about people exposing bras, it sounds like Madonna stuff out of the
Yeah.
mid-'80s,
Yeah.
honestly. It's not
Madonna did all this crap first, didn't she?
jelly bracelets. Yeah.
She really did.
So they're saying that this version is different, though, because they are very careful, and it's supposed to look like a wardrobe malfunction. So the idea is to just have your bra poking through, visible, like your dress is not covering your bra, make it very obvious, very evident, and that's the fashion trend.
It kind of looks a little disheveled.
So here's Scarlett Johansson in Cannes.
No,
Whatever it's called.
You just mispronounced it twice.
I don't care.
It's not Cannes.
It's Cannes.
It's not Cannes.
Nobody else cares either.
What do you think it is, Froggy?
Cannes, right?
So
It's Cannes. Cannes.
Here is Scarlett Johansson in Kanye. And
What'd you say?
Now he's calling it Kanye.
So she's wearing a pink dress that has a straight line here, but she's wearing like a bra that you'd wear with complete straps.
So the dress comes up to like mid-boob. So the dress line, the plunging line on the dress comes up to like mid-boob. So if she had no bra on, she might have like half of her, nipple and areola showing. But she has a bra on. So like almost the entire upper half of the bra cups are showing along with the bra straps. And that's Scarlett Johansson on the red carpet at Cannes.
Okay, I don't know if she had anything in Cannes there, but there she is. It's not
What did you say?
It's not a great look.
It's not a great line.
You know what I think is a great look? You know what look I do like that's similar is I do like a bathing suit top underneath a shirt or a dress, because then you just look like you're on your way to the beach or on your way to a tiki bar, and it just feels good and it's fun.
So
But
you go to church on Sunday, just wear a bikini top like you're on the way to the tiki bar?
I've actually
You do this? You wear just a bikini top under regular clothes? That's your bra?
one time I wore that to work. One time I was
Was
actually
it
going
one
to the
time at
beach.
band camp?
Yes, and one time I wore that to work, and I wasn't really going to the beach, but I just wore it just to get in a good mood, to feel like I was on my way to the beach. When I would catch my reflection, like, oh, look at you, you're on your way to have a pina colada.
What do you think of this? Hey, take a look. Roxanne, Look at the picture of Scarlett Johansson in France at the Cannes Film Festival, and what do you think of the look of the most of the bra exposed?
What I think is she was backstage and all her people, her entourage of makeup people and hair people, like, all right, Scarlett, you look amazing. Oh, look at that red lipstick. Oh yes, perfect. Go. Oh my God, we forgot to pull up her dress. Her bra's exposed.
All right, this
That's
isn't
what
a,
it looks
this isn't
like.
a this isn't a runway show done like at the community center.
It looks like
Where'd all the British people come from?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They're French, aren't they?
she brings her British
Can.
team in.
Maybe her team was British, exactly. Plus, it gives Roxanne whatever excuse Roxanne can use to use some kind of foreign accent on the show. She'll work it in. All right, but just listen, heads up, folks. This appears to be a new trend. So if you start seeing just women with nice dresses on, with bras exposed, that apparently is a new fashion trend that's going on here. All right. I got to play a classic crotchety old man call. We'll do that in a minute because I've had requests, and this is an offshoot of Roxanne's flashing eyeball problem. And we'll get an update on that in just a second. But first, 7:36 here at the MJ Morning Show. Thanks for listening, folks. Again, make sure you listen to the whole show. Figure out a way to listen to every hour of this program every day. If you're in the car right now, you're about to get to your destination, don't stop listening. When you get inside, listen on your computer. Just go to mjmorningshow.com. Go to my website, mjmorningshow.com. Upper right-hand corner, there's a big red button that says Listen Live. So you can listen on your laptop, listen on your desktop, or listen on your phone, your smartphone. Just make sure you have the Odyssey app, AUDACY, the iHeart app, the TuneIn app, the MyQ105 app, and just do a search for Q105 Tampa Bay, and then you can listen to us on your phone. Don't stop listening just because you're getting out of the car. Don't forget, 9:10 every morning. We have the must-hear story at 9:10. Big 9:10 story every day. And then in the 9 o'clock hour today, we're giving away Duran Duran tickets. Another pair. Duran Duran coming to Amelie, June 17th, and you could win tickets in the 9 o'clock hour. I made a mention a few minutes ago that Grady Judd has some competition. Did you guys hear the audio, this press conference audio video from Sheriff Mike Chitwood from Volusia County on the other side of the state? Did you hear this audio?
I read it in a news report.
This is unbelievable. So anyway, there's been this neo-Nazi white supremacist group that's been threatening the sheriff over in Volusia County. And he called them out like in a press conference, how dare you threaten me? He attacked them, went after them, rightfully so. I've got no issue with the sheriff of Volusia County, Florida, Mike Chitwood, doing what he did. Well, guess what? Now, this anti-Semitic, like neo-Nazi white supremacist group, they are now claiming they're going to file a lawsuit against the sheriff. Claiming that the sheriff did not have the right to talk about the group. They're demanding $100,000 because the sheriff has been outspoken against this white supremacist group that's been threatening him. He did a little presser, and you've got to hear this audio of this Florida sheriff from Volusia County, Mike Chitwood. Listen to this.
So obviously, our punk, thug, cowardly scumbags, a bunch of rogues gallery criminals are at it again, as you saw in this video. So what their tactic is to master race is they filed a complaint against me with the Department of Justice, which went nowhere. They filed an ethics complaint against me, which is going nowhere. So now they have filed a frivolous lawsuit, furthermore, telling me I have no right to hold a press conference to talk about their group, and they're demanding $100,000. So here's the way I look at it. Like you and your organization, you're a bunch of pieces of shit. So
Jeez.
That's great.
Oh, man, this is fantastic. Like you and your organization, you're a bunch of pieces of and he drops the S-bomb. This guy is great. Listen to this.
here's what I think of your lawsuit. The master race.
This is what I think. He's ripping up the lawsuit. This is what I think of your lawsuit. And he shreds it. He just shreds it live on camera during the presser. Wait a minute. But wait, there's more.
This is the best you got. Videos, leaflets, flyers, bogus lawsuits, bogus complaints. What a bunch of assholes.
He calls them
He's
a bunch.
right.
He calls them a bunch of a-holes.
Good for you, Sheriff.
Is this
Wow.
like that the best presser audio you've ever heard? Mike Chitwood, Sheriff, Volusia County, Florida. Oh, man. There's a little more.
To acknowledge that we received this piece of crap on paper with misspelled words, you're so intelligent, we will be mailing one of these to each one of you who filed the lawsuit. And basically it says, Mike Chitwood hurt my feelings. So here's a shot for you to suck on the pacifier, because that's about all you're going to get from your lawsuit. What a bunch of pieces of shit.
He's mailing them. All the people attached to the lawsuit, he's mailing them pacifiers. Little baby pacifiers.
He's on another level.
Oh, man. Is that not great?
That's hysterical.
You pieces of bleep, you a-holes. I mean, this is the sheriff of Volusia County. Man, that is fantastic. That might be the best press audio I've ever heard from a sheriff anywhere.
Seriously.
His accent is so thick, Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's from Philly. Fester has brought up his bio. He was born in Philadelphia.
He served in the Philadelphia Police Department from 1988 to 2005.
Yep. And listen, Philly Police Department, that's a rough beat, man. Philly is rough. It is tough being a cop in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'll tell you that right now. That is just tremendous audio. That's some of the best audio I've ever heard from a sheriff's press conference. Calling him a-holes and you pieces of bleep. He's tearing up the lawsuit. He's mailing them little baby pacifiers. All right, 7:41 at the MJ Morning Show. I want to play a classic crotchety call here, and it has to do with the eyeball. However, there are a couple of things we got to deal with first. First of all, this is all being prompted by Roxanne's left eye Lopez eyeball problem. And what are you rubbing on yourself? You're like
Lotion.
You're like rubbing your cheek. You're like
So Roxanne, with her TV appearance later today, instead of her doing her normal 35 to 40-minute makeup routine in the morning,
Not that long.
I think you've been putting on makeup. You've been doing stuff to your face since 6 o'clock.
Now it's like a 2-hour process.
It's now 7:42. You've been doing stuff to your face for an hour and 42 minutes because I've been watching you. And now, what are you rubbing in now?
Yeah, I just put some highlighter on. I want to be able to be seen from the moon if someone's
So
on
you
the
want to
moon.
be you want to glow. Is that it?
Yeah, I'm trying to put
if
some
you don't know the
shimmery
deal.
stuff on. I know you're not even supposed to put shimmer on TV. It's supposed to be more matte.
Listen, if you don't know the deal, Roxanne's leaving us early at about 9 o'clock this morning because she's going to fill in on the Morning Blend, right, on ABC Action News.
Yes.
Now, she's not going to be on today. She's going to be taping today, and it's going to air tomorrow. But you're filling in for Natalie Taylor on Channel 28.
For Natalie, yes.
Right.
And it's 10 a.m. tomorrow on ABC Action News.
Gotcha. And I'm just watching Roxanne just apply. I mean, where are all these products coming from?
I have a big bag over
Yeah, I
here.
see
It's
that.
like a clown bag of makeup.
You know what you feed a horse out of? Those kind of bags. That's what she has of makeup right now.
It's just a feed bag.
It's just all laid
It's a
out.
big old feed bag filled with oats.
Yeah.
All right. So Roxanne's eyeball. Can we get an update on your left eye and the flashing?
Yeah, I mean, it flashes. It does. My whole drive to work, and especially it flashes more. It's not flashing right now because I'm illuminated with this little light I have shining on my face. You notice it in the dark. So I notice it at nighttime, and I notice it when I'm driving to work.
Now,
Super
are they
safe.
just white flashes, or are you getting different colored flashes?
No, it's just the kind of like a light gold whitish flash.
And
the left corner.
We had Dr. Chuck Slonim on Monday. So we called Dr. Chuck. He's our official ophthalmic surgeon here on the MJ Morning Show. I've known him for many, many years. And in fact, we met Dr. Chuck back in the 90s because BJ and I, during the MJ and BJ Morning Show, we were talking about like glass eyes. And I can't remember what the story was. It was like, yeah, we need to get a glass eye. And so Dr. Chuck Slonim calls up and says, hey, I'm an ophthalmic surgeon. I happen to have a whole box full of glass eyes.
Not just like 1 or 2 or 20.
He says, all right, I'll tell you what, I'll drop them by. And he dropped by the studio. We became friends with him ever since. Michelle and I are personal friends with his family, his wife, and everything for, since like 1997 or something. And I still have the little jar with glass eyes that he gave me. I still have that. It's a great conversation piece. Still have the damn thing. So and then I also did the crotchety old man with the fake eyeball. And he made a mention of that on Monday's show. He's like, he brought up Milton Fludgecow and the glass eye. Then I've had people subsequently say, hey, MJ, can you play that old crotchety old man call with the glass eye? I'm like, okay, I can. And then before I do that, though, ladies and gentlemen, we have a complaint. There is a complaint that I must deal with right now here on the MJ Morning Show. It has to do with Roxanne's eye. A listener's not happy with your eyeball and all the attention that it's getting.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. The headline of the email, and I'll holding this up to MJTV right now. The headline is Roxanne's eye. This is from Dawn. Dawn says, not cool to call in favors for someone, Roxanne, with plenty of means, $ in parentheses, and contacts of her own. No, she doesn't wear contacts.
No, I had LASIK.
All right. She did play you.
I played you.
You said you were being played about time off by the team. This tops it all, hero. Please read on the air so I know you are hearing your audience. Wow.
So what is she? How did I play you?
Dawn is, I think Dawn is angry. This is Dawn Z. I won't say her last name, but Dawn Z. And she thinks you're playing me, that you manipulated me to call in a favor from my eye doctor friend to get you an appointment with the retinal specialist to figure out what was going on with your eye flashes. And she's angry.
Okay, you know what? I would say to Dawn a couple of different things. Number one, thank you for your, assessment of me.
You're not going to go all Sheriff Chitwood on her?
No, that I have such wily female skills that I'm just using my powers to get MJ's resources. I do want to point out, Dr. Slonim is my doctor. I've seen him before for my eye. So while I appreciate that you guys are friends and you have his cell number and you talk to him more frequently, it's not like I just fell out of the earth.
Hold on. Did I hook you up with Dr. Slonim originally?
Years ago, I went to him because I had an eye issue.
Hold on. So you went to Slonim
Yes.
even before you knew me?
Yes.
Even before you joined the MJ Morning Show on October 5th of 2020?
Exactly.
With the return the second time around?
That's right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's right. So I would have called his office.
So there, Dawn.
Don, he would have been my first phone call. I may have not spoken to him, but I would have called his office on Monday.
We're getting awfully defensive around here about
Are we
Dawn
getting defensive or are we just stating facts?
Can we acknowledge that Dawn's just writing some smug email here?
She did,
and not
but
giving as much credit as we are?
But, man, it seems like she's angry here. Not cool to call in favors for someone, Roxanne, with plenty of means, money, and contacts of her own. She did play you. You said you were being played about time off by the team. This tops it all. And then in parentheses, in all caps, hero.
Listen, Don.
Please read on the air so I know you are, in quotes, hearing your audience. And then the last line says, note, : I generally love your show. Still listening.
Oh, well, that's nice.
It's kind of like a passive-aggressive,
I mean,
and then kind of a patch job at the end. I don't know.
If I was going to play MJ for something, it wouldn't be for his retinal specialist contacts. It would be much grander.
What would it
I don't
be?
know.
Yeah, no, listen,
It's just much schemier than that.
can you just easily acknowledge that the issue is with Dawn? She seems like a lovely and relatively stable person.
I wish
to
that
where iTalk is setting her off to contact us.
I wish I had Dawn's phone number. I'd love to call Dawn up, but that's not included.
You know, a lot of listeners sent me their contact information. They're like, I have a doctor I could hook you up with. We don't get paid that much to do this job. So I gladly take the resources of people giving me recommendations for doctors'
sorry
offices.
that you don't get paid enough, you know.
Yeah.
I apologize for that.
Yeah.
All right, so let me play the classic crotchety, the eyeball call. Milton Fludgecow with an eyeball problem. Play that, and then cursing, swearing. Don't discount it, folks, man. I remember reading something years ago, the benefits of swearing. Now, listen, I'm not suggesting you turn into like a sailor cursing up a storm. I'm just saying that don't discount cursing and swearing, and I'm going to explain why. There's some science here. All right, hold on. I'll get to that next. First, though, with all the eyeball talk, classic crotchety old man, Milton Fludgecow call.
Good afternoon, Artificial Eye Clinic.
Oh, thank God you've answered. Is this the eyeball place?
Yes, it is.
Yes, I lost my glass eye.
Can I ask who I'm speaking with?
My name is Milton. I'm elderly. I can't hear well either. Can you speak loudly?
Yes, where are you calling from?
I'm in my house right now.
Well, we don't have replacement eyes. I mean, you have to come in and have it made.
I realize that. Is this like Lens Crafters where I can have the eyeball in about an hour or so?
No, it's not.
Okay, well then let me tell you how I lost my glass eye yesterday. I was going to the dermatologist to have my laser hair removal surgery for my back. I'm like Sasquatch. I was going up to his office on the 28th floor when suddenly my glass eye popped out and fell right down the crack in the elevator, and it went straight down 28 stories. It went plink, 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 and then it went crash. I heard a little shatter at the bottom.
We would have to put you in. We couldn't do it immediately. We would have to put you in November.
November?
And it takes 3 visits.
Now, here's how I lost my eye in the first place. I'm sure you're curious. Do you know those batting cages where you take batting practice and the balls shoot out of the machine?
Yes.
Well, I decided to take a crack at it. In my younger years, I was in my late 60s back then, and my son was leaning over the machine, and he had one of those big medallion gaudy necklaces on like that rap star,
Yeah.
MC Hammer, with his name Chauncey in big gold letters, and it got stuck into the ball machine, and it shot out like a rocket, and it plowed me right in the eye. That's how I lost it. It stuck in like a dart, and I'm sorry, it makes me upset every time I think about it.
I bet.
So I had the fake eye put in, and this was years ago. It was the same guy that did the fake eye for Sammy Davis Jr. in Los Angeles.
Where are you calling from? What city?
I'm in my house right now. I'm in the living room.
In what city?
Yes, on the couch.
No, what city?
Right now I have a gaping hole. Well, I temporarily plugged it up, though. After the incident happened in the building when I was going to get my laser surgery for my back hair, I left and I went to the sporting goods store and I bought a ping pong ball, and that works in an emergency. Have you heard about that?
Really? You used a ping pong ball?
Yes, and I take a little magic marker and I draw a little bitty pupil on there, and then I slap it right back into the socket. I do get a few stares with the ping pong ball wedged in.
I'm sure you do. The first time...
What? Ah, crap. It just fell out. Could you please hold? I need to reinsert it quickly. Hold on.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, it's back in.
Okay, sir, you're going to have to call back tomorrow and talk with who's the ocularist.
Hold on, let me get some scotch tape so I can fasten the ping pong ball better into my skull.
Okay.
I have the tape now. Okay. Putting tape on ping pong ball. Okay, it's attached now. I think this looks pretty good. Okay, I got it.
How do you spell your last name again?
Oh, it's coming loose. Hold on. Ping pong ball. It fell out. It just fell out. I caught it with my tongue. Hang on, the ping pong ball is on my tongue. Choking. Can't breathe.
Didn't call them back.
It's awful. That's awful.
The ping pong ball I call. Classic Fludge cow.
What a great sound effect of the ping pong ball dropping, drop.
The like tink, 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 tink. So there you go. All right. Who's a swearer? I mean, if you, Roxanne, well, you don't curse on the air, obviously.
No, but like even yesterday I talked to you and I was like, oh, I just said like the S word a bunch of times. But I know you have someone in your life who might swear, so you're used to it.
Who's that?
Michelle is the most prolific swearer. I've never met anybody who has a grasp of the English language curse words as well as Michelle.
Uh-huh.
I consider myself a very good cursor, and I have learned from Michelle.
All right, this is science, folks. And listen, I'm not suggesting that you become just like a curse machine, but there are benefits. Cursing, swearing is linked to benefits, according to scientists. And those who actually curse, those who swear, see, I use the word curse. I don't say swear.
I say swear.
You say swear.
Mm-hmm. I swear.
So when profanity is used, I call it cursing. I don't know if it's.
I think it's a northern thing.
Exactly.
I call it cussing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, Froggy. I forgot you were here. You haven't talked in half an hour. Hey,
It's cussing.
welcome, Froggy.
You guys got to keep me more entertained.
Yeah. So
What, Roxanne's hot eye talk didn't get you? Huh? That pissed off listener?
cussing, swearing. So cussing. I first heard the word cussing when we moved from New York to Virginia Beach back in 1976. All the kids in the neighborhood, "Ooh, you cussed." Yeah, so that's where I first heard cussing back then. But I think that the cursing versus swearing, I think you're right, Fester. You said it's like a northern thing. You know, you're from Long Island.
You don't hear too
You're
many.
from Five Towns? Where are you from?
Out toward Massapequa and Lindenhurst.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so, cursing. You never use swearing up there, right?
Yeah, you don't hear a bunch of New Yorkers talking about they're using the swear words up there.
Yeah. And then same for me. I left New York when I was 11 to Virginia Beach. But and Roxanne, you were born where?
Tampa, Florida.
See? Yeah, swearing. I think swearing.
And cussing is a thing here too. I think when you're young, you say cuss.
Because of all the New Yorkers and all the Northerners, you Southerners didn't use the word. Yeah, I swear.
I swear.
I do declare.
But those who swear show signs of greater intelligence, and there are benefits as well. Scientists who study swearing say yes. They note that women now tend to swear as much or even more often than men. This is according to the Archives of Psychotherapy. I'm sorry, the Archives of Physiotherapy. This is a 2022 report, so just in the last year, that now women tend to swear as much or even more than men. Researchers split obscenities into three categories: religion, which would include like damn and hell; bodily excretions, which I will not mention right now live on the air; sex, including, I'm sure you can think of the words that might be in the sex category, including
body parts,
countless curse words for male and female genitalia. Mm-hmm. But apparently the benefits of swearing have just really emerged in the last 2 decades as a result of a lot of research on brain and emotion, along with much better technology to study brain anatomy. Take, for example, pain management. Now, I remember we talked about this like 10 years ago, maybe longer, 10, 12, 15 years ago, that there was science, and this is, again, I remember this is stuck in my head, that if you hurt yourself, the example was you're hammering a nail and you smack your thumb with the hammer, and if you let out a giant bleep,
you feel better.
You do. And there's even science that shows that it will actually reduce the pain. So if you hurt yourself and you suddenly just blurt out just a blaring curse word, that actually has a benefit in the pain reduction of you just slamming your finger with the hammer.
It's pain management.
Exactly. Without the Sackler family.
That's what doctors are prescribing now.
Without Purdue Pharmaceutical.
Four-letter words.
Without all the oxys, man.
Oh, you have chronic back pain? Just curse all the time.
That's it.
Just vomit out.
It's cursatol. I need to just take 2 cursitols. Let her rip. But, I mean, there are benefits here. So listen to this. Half the volunteers were allowed to repeat a swear during the experiment. The rest were allowed to repeat a neutral word. Those in the swearing group were able to keep their hands in ice water longer than the non-swearers. I mean, there's all kinds of science here. So the benefits, again, of cursing and swearing.
So if you put your hand in ice water and just curse and curse and curse, you'll be able to keep it in longer?
That's the science. Yeah, they did seriously, they did an experiment like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that.
Let's get a bucket of ice water.
Let's do it.
And let's
submerge
make
Froggy.
sure the delay button works. The dump button works. Yeah. No, that was done. That was part of the scientific research, was doing that. Absolutely.
I don't know. This sounds like some really convenient science for a society that uses terrible language. More and more people are using more and more profanity in more and more places. And now there's this, oh, by the way, it's good for you.
I use a lot of profanity, but just around people I know.
Yeah, like your kids.
Hey, speaking of your daughter, which one is the Titanic obsessed one?
Evelyn Jade.
Yeah, old EJ.
Evelyn.
Well, guess what?
What?
We need to introduce her to JD from Largo.
Okay.
JD from Largo. We got to get a hold of this guy. There's a dude in Largo who is obsessed with Titanic, and he is on a mission to collect at least 1,997 copies of the movie Titanic on VHS.
So it's also odd that he just wants to collect VHS tapes. Like that's a collectible right there,
All right,
too.
do you know what the significance is of him wanting to collect 1,997 VHS tapes of Titanic?
I know.
What is it, Froggy?
That's the year the movie came out, right?
Exactly, 100% right.
1997. What an idiot.
What? Dude,
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Don't call JD from
He's going to
Largo.
come to the station.
Don't call him an idiot.
Oh, my God.
All right, so let's not call him an idiot, but I don't know that he's somebody we need to introduce Roxanne's child to.
No. I'm sorry, JD.
I mean, we got to draw a line somewhere. I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I don't know if I want him hanging out with Roxanne's.
With JD and your daughter.
Oh,
Because, hey, the deal is that Roxanne's daughter, Evelyn Jade, is obsessed with Titanic.
She really is. You know how Chloe got that map for the kids?
Yeah.
You put that up in her
Does she
room?
like the map?
She loves the map. Talk for a second while I cough.
You all right over there?
Let's hear Roxanne cough.
I want to hear
Sorry
Roxanne
about that.
cough, yeah.
So anyways, she was really happy with the map, and I thought it got her off track of wanting wall decals of a sinking Titanic ship.
Yeah. Listen how morbid this is. Roxanne's 6-year-old daughter wanted the sinking Titanic like a fathead decal on the wall of her room.
Yes.
And you found it?
Oh, I found. You can go to Amazon and search Titanic wall decals, and there's a very
Like going
like
under
you
the
said,
water? Like,
yes,
like half the ship underwater?
and all lit up. Half of it's lit up, and half of it's underwater.
How about the band clinging to the upper deck with their violins?
Yeah, it's horrifying. And her Elsa decals are starting to peel off. I'm like, we can get you a new one. And that's what she wanted, Titanic. And I finally thought I got her off it with putting that beautiful map that Chloe got her. on the
So
wall. And
there's
she-
this dude, 30-year-old guy, this guy JD, 30 years old, lives in Largo.
I have an observation.
Yes.
JD is not his real name. Look at who is the lead character, Leonardo DiCaprio. He was Jack Dawson.
Oh, so that's why you think he goes by JD?
Yes.
Okay, this guy's a real freak.
And this guy's has a lot of issues.
Everything's a code. 1997.
Hey,
Yeah.
Titanic dude in Largo, are you listening? Call us right now, 800-990-1047.
And Fester just cracked the investigation.
Yeah.
Figure that one out.
Yeah. So listen, seriously, JD, if you are listening, he also has is that an Instagram handle? Titanic fan 97.
I mean, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to follow him? Follow his progress.
If anyone knows this guy, this Titanic, wacko in Largo, or if you're listening, dude, JD or whatever your name is, call us. Man, Roxanne's 6-year-old daughter's obsessed with Titanic and all the death and destruction and hitting the iceberg and all that crap.
A lot of people are obsessed. It's a big community.
Roxanne's daughter, she just goes into stores and restaurants and just belts out.
Such a great song.
Anyway, you see the pictures of this guy's basement?
Is this the basement?
No, there's no basement in Largo.
Is this the house?
But,
Yeah, it's a house.
Hold on, but it looks like a creepy basement. It looks like something at some serial killer movie. But
I mean, look, it's a one-story ranch house. This is like a corner bedroom. I can tell, but the curtains are blacked out.
But he has like dolls. He's got like almost like Shorty Shane-sized dolls of like people on the Titanic down in the room. It's like this creepy, like haunted doll looking thing here. And then he's got just copies of Titanic in the original like cardboard box sleeve that the VHS tape slipped in, and it's lining all the walls in this room. I mean, it's kind of looks like a creepy basement, like Silence of the Lambs or something. But no, it's Largo, so we don't have basements here. But man, if anyone knows this guy, phones are ringing. Titanic movie collector in Largo. If you're listening, call us 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Or if anyone knows this guy, does anyone know who this dude is? 800-990-1047. Yeah. So I'd love to talk to this guy. So right now, JD, or whatever his name is, he's a video editor. So he's somehow in the biz. And he says he's got 1,560 VHS tapes.
Oh,
he's getting there.
He's almost there.
He's, I guess, 300 have been purchased at thrift stores, yard sales. My God, how much time does it take to collect 1,560 VHS copies of the movie Titanic?
I mean, by yourself, it sounds like a long time. But
how many hours has this guy spent on this?
Can we have like a fundraising drive for him where if somebody has a copy of Titanic at their house, they could send it to us and maybe we can give him 40 copies and help him on his way?
He's got a post office box in Largo. That's his address. And
does it give the address?
No, I don't have the address.
I wish we had his PO box because I would tell the listeners to send. I bet you right now, MJ, we have 1,000 people listening right now who somewhere in their house has the VHS of Titanic.
So we should do like
1,000.
So help him get to 1997.
Yes,
he's at 1,560 right now.
I mean, I haven't met this guy. I don't know how his mental state is. But I don't know if I want to help him. But
let me do the math here. 1997 minus 1,560. He needs 437 more copies of Titanic on VHS.
I mean, we can help him.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Listen, he's got a handle on social media. Maybe contact the guy. See if we can get the guy on.
What happens when he reaches that number?
Then he retires.
He drowns in the Gulf.
Then he finds some other movie to be obsessed with. Uncle Buck.
You want to talk about a movie that holds up?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I showed my kids Uncle Buck over the Christmas break.
Did you really?
And my daughter was mesmerized by John Candy.
Or how about the Blues Brothers? You know what? Blues Brothers came out in 1980, right? I need 1,980 copies of the Blues Brothers on VHS.
All right.
Yeah.
So the at Titanic fan 97.
Yep.
That's his. And forgive me because I know you're going to go on some crazy tangents.
He's on TikTok.
Don't be like that.
All right. Yeah.
So that's his TikTok handle, and it gives his PO box.
Oh, it's on there.
Yeah, I mean, it's public. It's on his.
Oh, because he wants people to send them copies.
Yes, that's how he's getting it. If you have a copy, he wants you to send it to him. It's JD at P.O. Box 5355, Largo, Florida 33779.
You know what? Let's go to phones here quickly. Folks, anyone listening, do you have a VHS copy of Titanic inside like the light blue VHS old cardboard sleeve? Do you have Titanic on VHS?
It looks like he's opening up packages from people and they're.
Does it have to be a working copy?
I don't know.
Well, he needs 437 additional copies to get to 1997. So you know what? Let's go to phones right now.
I think I have.
We ought to do like a pledge-a-thon. You know,
Right?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm pretty sure I have one in my attic somewhere.
He's getting some still wrapped in the original plastic.
Let's see if we can help this freako out. All right.
So there was a blue and there was a gold.
Yeah.
And wow.
All right, let's go to phones. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Do you have a VHS copy of Titanic lying around in the original cardboard little sleeve that the VHS tape went into? All right, phone us up right now if you have one. Titanic from 1997. Or that's when the movie first came out. I'm sure it was, a year later when it came out on VHS or whatever. All right, 800-990-1047. If you've got Titanic still on VHS tape, 800-990-1047. Look, the phones are ringing here.
So Titanic was such a long movie, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think it came out on 2 VHS tapes.
All right, hang on. Kay, I think you're right.
Yeah, so...
Kay is in St. Pete. Hey, Kay, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, you're right. Titanic came on 2 VHS tapes. Excuse me. I have it, and I'm not giving it up.
Oh, screw J.D. and Largo.
Screw J.D. and Largo. I'm okay with the one copy I have, and I'm not giving it up. You can't have
All right,
it.
Kay,
You can't have it.
Do you still have a VHS player in your house?
I sure do, man.
Okay, all right.
Sure do.
All right, good for you.
Yes, and this is the same Kay that was texting Roxanne last week about smelling her late husband's farts.
Oh my gosh.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Wow, this is you. What a crazy thing.
True story. That was hilarious. You
Right.
guys had me rolling.
That's right,
But,
because you claim that you smell stuff from your ex-husband.
We brought it up on air.
Just that one time, it was the day after he passed away. Or, well, maybe not the day after, but it was very shortly after he passed away.
And that he passed gas.
And I was in the house. There was nobody else here.
Right.
Yes. And I smelled it, and I just took it to mean that that was his way of saying goodbye, because he died so suddenly. It wasn't,
Oh, I'm
Thank you,
sorry.
Kay.
All right. Well, Kay, sorry you're not going to give up the Titanic VHS for J.D. and
not
Largo.
giving it up.
All right. Thanks, Kay. Corey's in Bradenton. Hey, Corey, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning. So me and a couple of friends actually stayed up all night long in line at Best Buy when that movie came out. We each bought 2 copies of it. We wore both of her copies out. I still have my 2 copies, one opened, one factory sealed still, from 1997.
You have a factory sealed 1997 copy?
Yes, I do.
All right. Would you give that to J.D., the guy in Largo, or are you holding on to it?
Oh, no, I'd get rid of them. I don't even have a VHS player anymore.
Oh, so how many do you have total?
I have 2 still. One opened, one unopened still.
Would you give us both of them?
Yeah.
All right. How can you get them to us?
I could bring them down to the office and drop them off.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be fantastic. All right. Well, listen, just email me or let's make arrangements and drop them off, okay?
Okay, I'll email you. Thanks.
All right, but thanks, Corey. Appreciate it.
What are we doing here?
All right. Hey, I wanted to take the next call, but he hung up.
He dropped off.
Johnny, why'd you hang up?
Oh, who's Johnny?
That's a different movie altogether.
That's
I want 1,000 copies of that.
Short Circuit. Who's Johnny?
Yeah. Wasn't an Ali Sheedy movie in that? I don't know what's in that. Listen, he has 108,000 followers on TikTok, and he puts up videos of him going into thrift shops and seeing if he can't score cassettes.
Right. Yeah. VHS cassettes. No, but Johnny was just on hold. Come on, Johnny. Why'd you hang? Who's Johnny? So Johnny was just on hold. And Johnny, on my call screener screen, it said he'd rather burn his copy of Titanic.
Wow.
Oh, man. Who's Johnny? That's enough of that.
You know what?
Oh, hold on. Is that Johnny? Johnny dropped. Johnny's back. Hello, Johnny.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Dude. So, what do you want to do with your copy of Titanic?
Well, listen. My ex was infatuated with this movie. I couldn't stand it. I thought it was terrible. I mean, I like Leonardo. I like some of the actors that were in it, but I would rather burn this copy I have than put another one out in the world.
Jeez.
That's it.
Yeah.
I love it. Violent Titanic VHS calls. Hang on, what'd you say?
I said, nobody's getting it. It's getting burned.
Wow, you really hate that movie, huh?
Sorry.
Well, it sounds like he hates his ex-wife. Sounds like you hate your ex-wife, right?
Well, I mean, kind of.
All right.
She's a good girl, but along with her is going this tape.
Oh, man.
All right.
I love you guys, man. Later.
Thanks, Johnny.
Bye, Johnny.
Love you too, buddy. All right.
One texter had a good idea. They said JD should up it, collect 2,240, one for each passenger and crew member.
Oh, for all those.
That's a lot.
Hold on. Well, what are the stats on Titanic? How many total passengers? Is that the number? And how many perished?
How many?
Yeah. Yeah, well, get your daughter on the phone. Doesn't she know these
knows,
stats?
She knows when it happened.
She knows that better than she knows like her alphabet.
Yeah,
she
does.
knows like what time the Titanic hit the iceberg on April 15th of 1912?
Yes.
Was that it?
Ooh,
Yes.
What if he got 46,329 copies to represent the gross tonnage?
All right.
That's a lot.
Ooh. Don't stop now, JD.
Yeah.
Listen, if anybody knows JD, tell them to reach out to us. We come in peace.
Hey, there is something I want to discuss. And I tell you, I saw this item. This was, I can't remember where I saw it. It might have been the New York Times, but it's from MSN.com. And I saw the headline. I'm like, oh, my God, I got to read further. And I said, my God, both my kids do this. Julian does it, and Chloe does it. And I got to be honest, it kind of drives me crazy. When we watch Peaky Blinders, Michelle had a hard time understanding some of the accents in Peaky Blinders, especially the rough brother. And so we put the subtitles on. So there you go, hint, hint, hint. There's this whole movement where it seems that everyone now is watching TV with the subtitles on. And this is like a thing. And only time I want subtitles on is if I'm watching a foreign movie and I need English subtitles. That's the only time I want subtitles.
I have them on all the time for all the movies.
Well, see, here's
because I feel like I'm missing something. You know, sometimes you don't get a word. You're like, what?
Well, that's the point here. We ought to go to phones on this. This is like everyone is doing subtitles. And the story that I had, why is everyone watching TV with subtitles on? The first time it happened, I assumed it was a millennial thing. Our younger neighbors had come over with their kids and a projector for backyard movie night, Clueless, I think. And I said as the opening scene began, oh, you left the subtitles on. Oh, the husband said, we always leave the subtitles on. So this is like a trend. And when I saw the story, I'm like, my kids do this too. And then, Roxanne, I saw that you kind of raised your hand. Let me give out the phone number here. What is going on? Are you, the MJ Morning Show listener, are you a constant subtitle on person? Is this a thing in your house? Is it just certain family members? What is it if you're not hearing impaired? Why are the subtitles on? Please, let's go to phones on this. I want to have a conversation about this because this is like an epidemic. Everyone wants the damn subtitles on. Froggy just said it. All right, 800-990-1047. All right, do you have to have the subtitles on TV, movies, streaming, everything? 800-990-1047. Fire up the phones. Let's go. I want to know why. I want to know if it's just a part of your family. Are you okay with it? Does it drive you crazy? I don't like the distraction. for me, if I don't need subtitles on, the subtitles distract from the other visuals that I want to pay attention to on the screen. This is a thing, folks, and I think we need to have a dialogue here. I think we have to have a discussion on why this sudden trend of everyone wants to watch TV and movies with the subtitle. Look at the phones, every line. Every line is off the hook. 800-990-1047. When I go through a line, try to squeeze in. Yes, Rox.
So I, like you, Froggy, I feel like I'm going to miss something if I don't have it on, especially if it's like a fast-paced dialogue kind of movie or show. You want to absorb everything. And then also, I feel like some movies, they don't mix it the right way, and the sound effects are louder than the words sometimes, so you miss it that way. And then maybe because we text message and we look at words all the time now to communicate. I don't know, it just helps that way too.
You can't watch a movie and read at the same time?
Yeah.
Straight away, let's go to the phones. Every line is jammed here on this. Rebecca, Tampa, you're up first. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, good morning, MJ. Good morning, guys. So I actually always watch TV with the subtitles on. I think because I watch it at a lower volume sometimes, so I can actually, when I'm looking at the TV, kind of read what they're saying, where it's not so loud in my home. I really don't like, a loud TV. Or if I'm laying in bed at night and I don't want my TV so loud, it's nice to have the subtitles on, so you still know exactly what's going on in the show or the movie that you're watching.
All right,
and
thank you.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry. Last thing you want to say? Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just, and also, you see like you're missing something, if the subtitles aren't on, because you can't necessarily hear every word of what they're saying, even if it's really loud. They were saying the sound effects, are probably louder sometimes than, what they're saying. So it's good. It's nice with the subtitles on.
Rebecca, thanks for the call. Brittany's in Tampa. Brittany on 2. All right, hang on. Brittany's still getting screened. Let me grab
Jennifer in Spring Hill.
Let me grab
3.
Jennifer in Spring Hill, then I'll go back to Brittany. Hi, Jennifer. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning. Yeah, we always use the subtitles. I had a hearing impaired parent at one point, and so she needed them. And once she left, I was like, we're stuck, because they put things on there that they don't say, like creaking in the background, or music is playing but you don't hear it. But it's an add-on to the entire watching in the show. Plus, like everybody was saying, you do lose some words here or there, or something in the kitchen happens in your family and you miss half the movie, but I can see it on the subtitle.
All right. Thanks for the call. Let's go back to Brittany in Tampa. Brittany, everyone seems to have subtitles on. Are you one of these people?
Oh, no, I hate it. Actually, my fiance, he learned English whenever he came down from Puerto Rico at like 7 years old. He watched the subtitles on all the movies that he watched, like Ninja Turtles, etc. And now it's just a habit for him. I hate it, though. I completely hate it.
How old's your boyfriend?
Now he's 34.
How old are you, Brittany?
I'm 28.
Gotcha. And he will run subtitles on everything, and it drives you nuts.
Yes.
Do you ever win? Do you ever turn them off, or does he win and they're always on?
They're just always on. I just kind of got used to them and just look over them.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you, Brittany.
No problem. Have a good one.
Let's grab Daryl in Tampa. Daryl, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Daryl.
Hey, hello?
Yeah, Daryl, subtitles. Are you one of these subtitles on all the time guy?
Yeah, for sure. My wife is Thai, and she watches her movie all the way in the master bedroom. I can't hear her when she watches TV. And then she gets together with her girlfriends. They talk yak yak all the time, and I can't understand yak.
They talk yak
They
yak.
talk yak yak, yes.
Like 70 sometimes.
Is that the official language of Thailand? Yak yak?
Actually, it is.
Something like that. I can't understand nothing.
Wow. You guys seem like a match made in heaven.
So Daryl, how long did you say your Thai girlfriend or your Thai wife?
No, my Thai wife.
Okay, so how long have you been together with your yak yak talking Thai wife?
Okay, well, it's going on 7 years now.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Daryl.
All right.
Hold on, Daryl. Is this a happy? Daryl, hang on, Daryl, stop. Is this a happy marriage?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's fine.
Does she make a mean pad thai?
She cooks her food, and I don't eat her food.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
This is a great
I
marriage.
have to take a dump every 5 minutes after I eat it.
Okay.
Right.
All right. This guy hates his wife.
I'm not sure if this is the best or worst call we've ever had.
Every 5 minutes, sir.
Talking about my wife with her Thai yak. Wow, but I love her and it's a happy marriage.
Oh my God!
Can't eat her food.
Let me grab Tanya at Apollo Beach. Tanya, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi. Well, that's tough to top.
Yeah, that's good night, everybody. All right, time to go. Okay, that's gonna do it on the MJ Morning Show. All right, here we, folks. Have a great day. We'll see you back here tonight.
It wasn't that good of a call.
All right, so go ahead, Tanya. You're up. All right, so folks, if you're just tuning in, we're talking subtitles, and it's like everyone is watching TV with subtitles these days. Go ahead.
So I also watch subtitles. My husband and I do. We both like to watch a lot of like foreign shows on Netflix and such. So the subtitles definitely help when they.
Right. Well, you need that. Well, foreign shows that are not in English.
Yeah, some that are not in English, or like you were saying, with the heavy accents, like a Scottish accent sometimes can be really tough to understand.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Michelle wanted the subtitles on when we watched Peaky Blinders, which is fantastic. And, you know, speaking of Netflix, another amazing foreign series is Babylon Berlin. You ever watch that?
No, I think that's on our list.
Oh, yeah. Babylon Berlin is just, it'll take you a little bit to get going. If you start with season 1, episode 1, you got to get into like 3-4 episodes. And Babylon Berlin is just genius. And they have the option of like English dubbed in. No. 9. No. So you don't want to do that. You want to watch it in German, but with the English subtitles on. But that's the only time I do that.
It doesn't translate well. You know, some of the words are a little bit awkward, or if there's some sort of dialect that doesn't even have a translation, it makes it comes out weird. So I prefer the same thing. Like
Tanya, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Bonnie's in St. Petersburg. Bonnie, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi, Bonnie.
Hi.
All right, so let's talk subtitles. Are you subtitles on all the time? Are you part of this epidemic?
I am, yeah.
Why?
So for me, it's like if I don't have the subtitles on, I can't hear the movie.
So
I don't know. It's like this weird thing. Like, I used to hate subtitles, and then she had them on, and then I was like hooked. Like, I can't watch it if it doesn't have subtitles on.
Bonnie, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 17.
Oh, see, look at the age range here. I know you sounded younger, but I thought you were probably in your mid to late 20s. So you're 17, Bonnie, and you can't watch anything without subtitles. Listen, my kids, Julian is 18, Chloe is 21, and they run the subtitles on everything.
Yeah, well, I'm in the car with my dad right now, and he hates it.
Hey, Bonnie, let me ask you a question. Do you think it's because, think of videos that you watch on your phone, on social media, on YouTube, or on TikTok.
Oh, that's right.
They all have. I watch videos all the time.
Yeah.
I never watch TV, but Bonnie's in a different generation where everything she watches has a subtitle.
But like a lot of the viral videos
are all typed out.
But
with the words now.
The audio is crystal clear, but they still put all the words on.
Because I watch it on mute half the time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Hey, Bonnie, thanks for listening to the show. We highly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Bonnie. Bonnie. I was going to ask her if Bonnie, are you a voluntary listener or does your father force you to listen? But you know, our show, I think we've got the widest morning show demographic in the market. That's a 17-year-old young woman that called, and listen, at some point we might take a call from a 110-year-old. I mean, but seriously. Our demographics run, I think we've got the widest spread of demographic listeners in the entire market. Let me, that's enough calls. I'll finish all these. Let's grab Richard in St. Pete. Richard, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, thanks for having me. I am an audio engineer, and there's a trend in the film industry to make the audio a lot more impactful for the viewer, in that dynamics are very important. And
All right, now, Richard, when you say you're an audio engineer, in what capacity?
I mean, I have the degree, but I don't really use it.
Okay.
I mean, I make music at home and so forth.
Yep.
But
so give us an example of this trend in the industry to make the audio more impactful. Give us a real world scenario.
if you're making music, you want to compress everything. You make the volume levels pretty much the same. They don't do that in movies. They want the explosions to be louder. They want the music to be louder, and
you want dynamic range.
Okay, I've noticed that
dynamic
trend.
range.
What?
Yeah, I've noticed that trend.
That's an actual thing that's happening. And part of the problem is that movies and TV are mixed for 5.1 stereo, where there's 5 speakers, 1 subwoofer. Most TVs just have 2 speakers, regular stereo. And they always, when they mix it for 5.1, they put the vocals in the center to make sure it has a focal point in the center. And that center audio channel is missing at 2.1. And they always that just seems to get lost. So some of the audio will be in the left-right channels for the vocals, but
it's like a little bit of ghosting there, but the main thrust comes out of the center channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So missing that center channel and to remix that is obviously work.
Thank you, Richard.
You have articulated something I've been very suspicious of.
What's that, Roxanne?
Well, everything you just said.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard, thanks for the call. Have a great day. All right, let me finish up with these calls, then we'll move on. But, man, the phone's exploded. And if you're just tuning in, I just brought up the fact that it seems that everyone wants to watch TV and movies with the subtitles on these days. And it's like a trend. And people that normally would not need subtitles, people are just watching everything with subtitles on. Think about it. Dante in Valrico. Dante, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how you doing? I hate subtitles. I hate them. All of my kids, well, I have 3 kids. They all watch TV with subtitles. I hate
What are the ages of your kids? Give me all 3 ages.
From 26, 24, and 14.
And they're all watching with subtitles.
Yes. Oh, I have an 18-year-old daughter. Oh, sorry.
Hold on a second. You have 4 kids and you left one out?
Yeah, she doesn't talk to me a whole lot. I'm just kidding. She's great.
All right, so it drives you nuts. Thank you, Dante. All right, 2 more calls, and we got to move on. Mark in Tampa. Hey, Mark, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning. Hey, let's call it what it is. It's closed captioning. My wife does it as a business.
Whoa. Your wife is a closed captioner?
Yep. She's been doing it for years.
Like, give me an example. How does she do it? What does she do it for?
In the past, and we've done Hallmark movies. We've done syndicated stuff for NBC. It's the old Charlie's Angels and a lot of the old syndicated shows for NBC. We've done that, but we've done a lot of Hallmark movies.
So she sits at home in Tampa, she watches it, and then types in the subtitles into a program?
Yeah, we get a clip, or we get a copy of the movie that's sent to us, and she spends the time, putting up all the words and all the notes for what's going on in the background and stuff.
Wow, like door creaking or birds chirping, music playing, violins.
All that kind of stuff.
Wow.
All that kind of
and
stuff.
she still does it now?
Yep.
What's like the last thing that she just did, like in the last day or 2?
She has a contract with a company out in L.A. They do a coin show, and she gets them almost every day. She's doing coin shows.
Wow. Are those guys trying to sell you like MS-60 silver dollars, like on Bloomberg Business at 6 a.m?
Yeah, it's Rick's collectible coins.
Yeah,
or something like that.
I think I've passed by that occasionally. Hey, Mark,
Yeah.
thanks for the call. Appreciate it. All right, last call here. Brian in Newport Richie. Brian, you get the final say on why everyone is using subtitles when they watch TV or movies. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a teacher here in Florida, and my daughter. I have a 13-year-old daughter, and she watches movies and TVs with the subtitles on. Drives me insane. But then I find myself reading the subtitles, and I'm missing the movie, and I can't stand it. But I'm looking at it like being a teacher. I'm looking at this from the perspective of a kid. And one, I think kids nowadays, they're so constantly glued to cell phones and scanning from one thing to the next that their brains now are wired just trying to see as many things as they can at once. But they can't just focus on one thing. But I'm looking at it from the bright side. So when I look at children now, They're reading and writing now. There's so many issues with kids and their reading and their abilities to read. So the way I see it is that, hey, if my daughter can watch a movie and practice her reading at the same time and get better at it, then so be it. I don't like it. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
But if you get kids reading and they can read fast enough where they can keep up with the conversation, then maybe it's helping.
Because, you know, when we're watching a movie or we're watching something on TV and they got the subtitles on, I'm like, hey, can I turn the subtitles off? And they're like, no, Dad. You know,
It drives me nuts.
Yeah, me
now,
too.
When grown-ups do it, I don't have an answer for that. I
Yeah.
think because grown-ups now are so used to just flipping through phones and flipping and flipping and flipping, their brains are just now, everybody's wired.
Yeah, listen, social media, our stupid smartphones, they've scrambled our freaking brains.
And I've got to see as many things as I possibly can all at once.
Yeah, all the multitasking. You got to have stimulation, you know, ears and eyes and nose and this. You got to be watching. You're texting while you're watching. You're doing 150 things, and you know what? Nothing sinks in.
It's the multitasking.
Yeah.
But again, in the end, if it's getting our kids where they can read fast enough to keep up with the conversation, then in some weird, odd way, it is helping them, I guess.
Brian, thanks for the call. Man, that thing exploded. Look at that. That's amazing. Hey, Froggy, I got a story for you, dude.
What that, dude?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, tell me.
Do you have subtitles for the story?
This, you know what I need? I need that. What's that? Like that ubiquitous sound effect, like when, like they NORAD headquarters and the words go and it goes.
Like 24 used to use it all the time.
Exactly.
Every time they had like a new scene.
We need that to, every time I say, we just need to have that running underneath me, like subtitles. Hey, Froggy, listen to this. An individual was so angry and hated the neighbor smoking pot, she sued. So what do you think? Guys, the whole team here. What do you think? A woman was so sickened, nauseated, hated the smell of marijuana, the odor of burning cannabis, ladies and gentlemen. Woman was so aggravated that she filed a suit. It went to court up in Washington, D.C. What do you think happened? Froggy, would you like to take a guess here? Would you like to jump into the Marijuana People's Court?
I would say she lost the case.
Oh, you think that she... So, here come the litigants. This is Mary Jane. Get it? Mary Jane?
Oh.
Come on, guys. Really?
I thought that was a real name.
Yeah.
Here is Mary Jane.
Yes.
Mary Jane says that her neighbor's marijuana smoke is making her sick. She hates it, and she's suing to stop him from smoking marijuana. And here comes the defendant. Hey, dude, let's party.
Oh, God.
Well, wouldn't his name be Mary Jane?
You don't take the law into your own hands. No. You take him to court. All right, so here's the deal.
So she sued the pothead next door because of the smell.
Yeah.
All right. I think she lost as well. I agree with Froggy.
Yes.
You are both 100% wrong.
Well, I was going to guess that she won.
Yeah, she did.
Didn't give me a chance.
Where are you now?
Yeah, I was.
Well,
that was
listen,
my answer.
Hey, you've got a microphone. You can jump in anytime you want. D.C. judge has ruled that a man who smokes medical marijuana in his apartment must stop.
Oh, in his apartment?
After a neighbor complained that the odor from his marijuana crept into her home and caused a nuisance.
See, is it a smoke-free apartment complex? Is it where you can't smoke inside your apartment?
Judge Ebony Scott ruled earlier this week that while Josefa Ippolito Shepard could not prove she's entitled to damages, she successfully made the case that the smell is a private nuisance, and Scott ordered Thomas Cackett to stop smoking. Scott said that Cackett is licensed to buy medical marijuana but does not possess a license to disrupt the full use and enjoyment of one's land. Indeed, the public interest is best served by eliminating the smoking nuisance and the toxins, then deposits that are in the air, the toxins that involuntarily smokers have no choice but to intake.
Yeah,
she wrote in her decision.
That is an issue in apartments, I'm sure.
Cackett is banned from smoking at his address or within 25 feet of Ippolito Shepard's address. How about that?
God, would you have to walk down the street?
Yeah.
Well, 25 feet away from her door.
Yep.
I'd sit right at 25 feet and just blow it right out.
The decision is believed to be the first of its kind and could open the door to additional legal action.
Dude, you appeal this, man. Listen, Cackett, you tell her welcome to America. If it's not illegal, it's just it.
Snoop Dogg was brought in as an expert witness.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Didn't do any good.
But Froggy, I thought you'd like to hear the final disposition of that legal case. Yeah.
Very interesting.
How about? Did I ever tell you the marijuana story from our brownstone in New York?
I've heard this, but it's worth repeating.
Oh, okay. So what do you remember?
It was, well, all I remember is that you had neighbors who heavily partook.
Oh, my God.
And it was, I think you had to be a tattletale at some point. I'm sure that's how the ending of the story is.
I'm sure.
You really don't remember the story, and you think it's fit for repeating.
I remember Brownstone, and go ahead, you tell it.
Some of our time in New York, we had a 3-story brownstone, Upper West Side, 95th Central Park West area.
We're not coming to visit. We don't need the address.
Well, I don't live there anymore anyway. So, all right. So it was a brownstone, and we had the big steps that walk up to the big kind of ornate front door of the brownstone, like any of 3,000 Law and Order episodes.
It's kind of like the Huxtables, right? They had one of those.
Right. So you walk up the big steps up the brownstone, but so we had we had that floor, like the parlor floor, then the 2 floors above.
We know what 3 floors
now,
look like.
Below, there was a whole apartment below. So under the steps, there was a whole other unit, and we had neighbors downstairs. And it was shortly after we moved in, it's like, I mean, where's the smell of marijuana? The kids would come home from school, and they thought that Michelle was smoking marijuana in the apartment. Seriously. Kids would come home from school, and they pulled me aside and like, Dad, is Mom smoking marijuana while we're at school? I'm like, no. And, I started to smell it as well because, it was happening on weekends as well. But it was a lot of times in the afternoon, like when the kids got home from school, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. And, I was away doing my, afternoon show at the studio. And it was like a real heavy, odoriferous, burning cannabis smell. And I smelled it numerous times. And it was like strong. It was like it was blowing out of the air conditioning vents. It was very powerful. So I went and I asked the neighbor guy downstairs. They were French. They're from France. And the wife, she was like some banker. She worked for one of the foreign banks down on Wall Street. And so I knock on the door, and he answers. He spoke pretty good English.
He said, mind your own business.
So I say to him, God, what was his name? Hey, Michelle, are you listening? Text me his name.
Was his name Jean?
No.
Was it Francois?
Was it Michel?
Was it?
No, what was his name? What was his name downstairs? I'm trying to see if I have it in my phone here. But so I knock on the door. And I'm like, hey, have you noticed this marijuana smell? And he's like, yeah, I have.
Say it like he said it.
Well, he had a pretty good, his English was.
Say it like he said it.
Yes, I do. I noticed the marijuana smell. And he had a beret on. And he was cooking some escargot.
Very good. Much better. All right. Now I can place myself.
That's believable.
So I knock on the door and I say, hey, marijuana smell, it's awful. I mean, it's like it's permeating the whole place. Do you have any idea where it's coming from? And he goes, no. And no idea. And then he's like, oh, yeah, we smell it too. Yeah, we smell the marijuana. And I had some suspicions. But again, with brownstones, we had another brownstone right next door on both sides. And I'm like, maybe it's one of the neighbors. But it was totally wafting in. I knew it was some adjacency.
Smoke rises.
Right, from where the marijuana was coming from. So this went on for like weeks, if not a couple of months. And, the marijuana smell, the kids are still talking about it. And, oh, Dad, yeah, it's really strong. We get home from school. And then I decide to go back down to the neighbor's house. This is like maybe a month later. And I go downstairs, down the front stoop steps, onto the sidewalk. Then there's a little metal gate. Go down. Then you go into a little courtyard, and then you go underneath the stairs, and that's where their door is for the apartment below. And I knock on the door, hit the doorbell, no answer. And because the smell was like, oh my God, it was like totally strong. And I was home, and the door's not being answered. And then you know that feeling that something's behind you?
Yeah.
He's right behind you smoking.
So underneath the stairs, you've got the cutout. So you underneath the stairs of the brownstone, you got the door. So you go in, and then behind you, there's like the whole area where the stair is swooping down to the street. He's in the corner behind me, and I turn around because I felt like something was there, and I'm like smelling this horrific, just this total face blast of burning marijuana. And I turn around, and it's pitch black, and all I see is the orange glow of the marijuana, the joint in his mouth. And I'm like, uh-huh.
It is you.
He just looks at me, and he's like, he didn't say a word.
You got to me.
I'm Chief Inspector Jacques Clouseau.
You sneaky American.
So
you figured me out.
I busted him, and I'm like, dude, knock it off. Come on, you lied to me. And then he had some kind of rigmarole and all kinds of stuff. But
might have a medical condition.
I just think he had a wanted to get high condition, is what I think. And so that's my marijuana story. But again, this lady won. She won the case. And her neighbor can't smoke the medical marijuana in the apartment building. All right, 8:46 at the MJ Morning Show. Man, there are a couple of things. We got a couple of local items we got to get to. Did you hear about the local movie theater just shut down? Nobody knew?
What?
This is a big, hey, it's in your neck of the woods. Roxanne, do you know about this?
Oh, I don't.
Roxanne, in your neck of the woods, West Chase area, movie theater just shuts down. Gone.
I'm going to have to listen when I'm in my car.
No, you can hang on for a minute.
No, she's got to go now.
Hang on.
She gotta go.
That and a whole lot more. We have, I got a pile of stuff. I've got a groping story. You got to hear. Yeah. And of course, the whole air quality issue up in New York. We'll get into that coming up in a bit. So I'll go from my marijuana air quality issue to the actual Canadian issue that's plaguing the Northeast right now. All right, hold on. We're loaded, folks. We're back in minutes. We'll start the 9 o'clock hour soon. It's 8:47 now, and we'll give away Duran Duran tickets next hour. So if you'd like to go to Duran Duran on June 17th at Amalie Arena, we've got your tickets coming up next hour, 9 o'clock hour. Don't forget, also, the big bad story, the must-hear story at 9:10 this morning is also coming up right here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. There is...
Hello.
You got the MJ Morning Show on Q105. MJ and the crew here, and I'm dialing Roxanne.
Yes.
Hey, Roxanne.
Hi, guys. I'm on the Howard Franklin, so I'm about to be at the top of the bridge, so I'll do what I can.
Yeah, you might have a little bit of a, funkified little dropout deal here. But Roxanne has left the show early.
But we're calling you the entire way that you're driving to wherever you're going.
No, I'm not. I went on for 2 seconds here.
2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Okay.
All right, that's it. Goodbye. No, seriously. So Roxanne, excuse me, Roxanne just left the show early because Roxanne is taping tomorrow's episode of The Morning Blend on ABC Action News, Channel 28. She's filling in for your friend, Natalie Taylor.
Actually, guess what?
What?
I just found out. I just was talking to the producer on the phone, and so I was like, okay, and, asking her questions, and she said, well, just meet Natalie downstairs. I'm co-hosting with Natalie. I'm not filling in for her, which I'm so much happier about because it's a lot easier to do a show with a person.
Whoa. I thought you said you were hosting the whole show yourself.
That's what I thought until...
All right, so wait a minute. What happened? So Natalie, is there another co-host that's not there that you're filling in for? Is that it?
Yes, exactly.
So who's the other co-host? What's their name?
Okay, they're in between co-hosts, is my understanding.
Oh, they fired the other co-host? What happened?
No.
Why'd they fire him?
No.
Was it like sexual harassment or something? What happened?
Stop with the rumors.
Hold on.
No.
Wait a minute. Are you auditioning for the job?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're auditioning? Oh, Roxanne's leaving.
Roxanne?
Roxanne is leaving the MJ Morning Show. Breaking news.
I realize how that sounds, but no.
That is nerve, Roxanne.
No, you know what? No.
Oh, you didn't tell us. You're being sneaky.
No, they love having me because I have a boyfriend. Do you get it?
You have what?
They love having me because they know I'm not after their position. Like that's why that's the value in me.
That's who they offer the job to.
But wait a minute. They're down a co-host. They're in between the co-host. So are you auditioning?
No, let me be clear. I told.
When's your last day?
The exact.
When are you leaving us?
Oh, Roxanne.
Oh, no.
Listen,
jealous.
I told Lisa, the executive producer, I said, I am available to do packages as you're in this.
Oh, she's at the top of the Howard Franklin right now.
MJ, listen, this is Roxanne. She's still talking.
Yeah, hold on a sec. Roxanne, you're breaking up. It'll get better here in a second. I know I drive it every day.
Does she not recognize that this is the executive producer opportunity to cast her and say, oh, I know.
Yeah.
You're with those knuckleheads in the morning.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
That's a dead-end job. You know, that MJ's a loser.
Where do you see yourself?
Fester's a big fat slob.
That's true.
You know, Froggy's just doing joints all day. You know, it's like you didn't get out of there. You know,
Doing joints all day. Okay. How old are you?
No, they're not like that at all. They love you guys.
Yes,
Natalie listens every day, and she sent you wine.
Roxanne, can't you see you're being groomed for this position?
Yeah, they're grooming you.
Natalie listens every day. She's, let's get that Roxanne Wilder.
Yeah.
Let's get her in here.
Yeah.
Let's see the chemistry between her and I. And the producer will be like, Roxanne, you did a great job. We just love having you.
Yeah, you're a short timer.
Listen, the way that I talk with you guys on air, I don't think makes me suitable anymore.
We'll find out tomorrow when we see the episode of The Blend, huh?
Anyway, so Roxanne left early because she's, I guess, a guest host for the ABC Action News Morning Blend show. Taping this morning, runs tomorrow on air, 10 o'clock. But the reason why I'm calling Roxanne is, Roxanne, a major movie theater closed in your neighborhood and you don't even know it?
No, and it's so funny you're telling me this. I kind of got wind of it as I walked out the door. Andrew gave me a little information, and I was going to take my kid to that theater this weekend.
Well, guess what? You're not going to that theater this weekend because that theater has been closed.
No.
Is it like a big theater?
The Regal Cinemas at Citrus Park.
Citrus Park?
Closed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Listen to this. The Regal Cinemas location at Citrus Park has closed their doors. This happened on Tuesday. People are showing up to try to go to the movies, and the theater is gone.
I mean, did the employees know? Well, they just came to work and they were fired?
I don't know. Why don't you give me a full report on that tomorrow morning,
Ask you to
7:45.
square- I'll do that. Maybe they can. Hey, Roxanne, maybe you can cover that on the morning blend.
Okay, I'll get on that. Hey, you know what's funny is one of my school mom friends, we were like, oh, let's take our girls to Citrus Park because guess what? I think that's the theater where they have either free or $2 for kids Tuesday and Wednesday movies.
Yeah, that's why they're out of business.
Free to watch nothing.
Yeah, well, they're closed. So Regal Citrus Park at the Citrus Park Town Center Mall was closed on June 6th, according to the website for the theater. Tons of people, West Chase, Citrus Park area, people are like shocked. They had no idea. They're like, what? Closed? People are showing up. What's going on here? And here's a woman that was interviewed by Channel 8, and she said, we brought the family yesterday to see Little Mermaid. Everything was beautiful. Then we saw the news article today and came over to check it out because we were shocked. Yeah, what, you came by to check out the locked doors?
That's it.
Yeah, hey, kids, let's go check out the locked doors at the movie theater.
Hey, who wants to pull on a closed door?
Oh, man, this is going to be the most fun we've had all week.
Check it out.
Yeah, the movie poster frames are all empty.
Oh.
The theater entrance is empty.
Who needs theaters anymore, really?
Yeah, listen, theaters are still important. So I don't go a lot, so I'm guilty probably. But man, this is terrible. Let's see here.
Yeah, really is.
This is an email from the mall owner. So 8 on your side. They got an email from the mall's owner, and they wrote, we view this as an excellent opportunity to upgrade the theater operations in Citrus Park Town Center Mall. Hillsborough County deserves a first-class theater operation and a vibrant mall, and we look forward to working with the Tampa Hillsborough County officials and leadership team to make the Citrus Park Town Center Mall the #1 shopping experience in Tampa.
Sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook.
This sounds like a bunch of boilerplate nonsense.
All right, we're going to say it's an opportunity.
This sounds like a bunch of double talk from James Hull from the Hull Property Group. The mall is succeeding both in growing the occupancy levels and in tenant sales. All indications are the mall has a bright future. Listen, I support the mall.
Absolutely.
I support the mall 100%. I hope that Citrus Park Mall, formerly Westfield, right? Westfield, they're gone. Talk about changes. Westfield is like totally done. I think they've sold like all their malls in the United States. They're a foreign entity, but Brandon, that's not Westfield Brandon anymore, right? Did they go back to Brandon Town Center?
You know what? I can't even keep track.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, I support Citrus Park all the way. If they can upgrade, if they can bring in another theater chain, I don't know whether AMC would be interested.
AMC has the Veterans.
The Veterans 20
Well,
how many they have?
It's Veterans 106. And it's like
24, is it?
It's Veterans, I think
away.
that's what I was going to say. It's like Veterans 24. But listen, there's enough population to support. Look at the growth around here. The growth is humongous. We have the population to support it. So, yeah, listen, I'm busting on James Hull and his yakety-yak double talk here. But listen, I want to see their mall be successful. I want to see if they can get a new theater tenant in there, and it sounds like they'd like to modify it. Are you guys going to offer concessions? Are you going to help with the build out? If you bring in a new theater tenant, because listen, AMC or what's the one that used to go? Remember that one?
Nope.
Was it? I don't know.
I think it was General Cinemas. When I was a little kid, they used to have the.
So, MJ,
I don't remember that.
What Citrus Park Mall should do is bring in a mega church. like in the Righteous Gemstones.
The Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, right. So did they have like a mall location, like a satellite campus or something?
Oh man, that's you're right.
Yeah,
No, they went to a mall.
Yeah,
right?
Yes. They went to a defunct mall.
That's really in a mall.
Baby Billy?
Yeah, baby.
Oh my, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, next thing you know, screw the movie theater. You bring in the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Everybody now, let's go. Misbehaving.
Daddy said don't, but I said I'm gonna
misbehaving.
I'm on a windowsill swimming in the creek, catching crawdads and playing with a stick. I wore lipstick And I got caught shaving. Just two little country kids outside misbehaving.
Teacher said don't, but I said it anyway, misbehaving.
Preacher said no, if you do, you're gonna pay misbehaving.
This is so good.
Kicking and spitting and cussing out loud.
Running through the house with a pickle in my mouth.
Playing in the street, look at me outside waving.
Just two little kids out there misbehaving.
Did you say running through the house with a pickle in my mouth?
Yeah, pickle in my mouth.
Just messing around till we met that man in the thorny crown and taught us that.
Man, folks, if you're not watching The Righteous Gemstones on HBO, man, you're missing out, man. What a great show. I'm telling you right now. So if you have not seen Danny McBride, Kenny Powers, John Goodman, if you, who's, Shane from The Shield's in it, if you haven't seen The Righteous Gemstones, you're missing out. Come on, we're bringing it home now, Fester.
Baby, won't you listen? Don't go missing.
I love this. Misbehaving.
I make my bed and I eat my greens.
I wash my hands to keep away from Satan.
So no more tricks and no more misbehaving.
By the way, I think the Righteous Gemstones are back with the new season. I think this month. I think in like a week or two. Yeah, so I'm telling you right now, folks, watch the right. Oh, Roxanne, are you still on hold?
Yeah, you know what's so funny? I forgot I was talking to you guys, and I thought I was just listening to you guys. Yeah, I forgot I'm a part of this conversation.
Oh yeah.
Well, not really anymore. We're kind of making jokes now, but yeah. Are you at your place yet?
I'm just about to pull up, but now we
Hey,
have to play
pull into
banter.
Dennis Phillips' parking spot. Just park like sideways in it.
Yeah.
He's not here yet. You know him. He
know.
doesn't wake up till
Blocking Greg D's Kia.
Just tell you what, just smash into Brendan McLaughlin's Volvo. Oh, he's not there anymore.
No, he left the Volvo, though. The Volvo's still there.
All right,
so-
Roxanne, we'll talk to you later.
I'm not going to mess with is Wendy Ryan. I'm not going to
Wendy Ryan. Yeah, just smash into her Jaguar. I don't know. All right, listen.
Sounds right.
All right, Roxanne, we'll see you later.
Okay, talk to you later. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Is this the movie theater introduction that you're thinking of?
Oh, from General Cinemas from the 1970s?
I don't know.
As a little kid? I'd roll it. Let me hear it. Play. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. 100%. That's it.
Old is this?
Yeah, that's it.
From the 1970s General Cinema.
No, but seriously, I'm telling you, folks, I like the idea. Mega church inside the old Regal at Citrus Park. Mega church. John Goodman, Baby Billy, the whole thing. I love it. I think that's fantastic. No, but all kidding aside, folks, take it from me, MJ recommendation. If you have not seen The Righteous Gemstones on HBO or HBO Max, I guess they just call it Max now, I'm telling you, start watching. What is it? 3 seasons now? Anyway, the new season drops in, I think, like 10 days. I think it drops like this, like 2 weeks, 10 days. It's soon. It's this month, I believe. Yeah, Andrew's frantic over there trying to wave in an airplane. Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to tell you before, at the Citrus Park Mall, they've added in a big game room that has go-karts, indoor go-karts, bowling, big game room, laser tag.
The old Sears became like an entertainment center, right? Like a go-kart place.
Yeah, it's called Elevate Fun. So they already got that there.
Okay. And listen, a lot of these old big box stores, we talked about this. There's also a trend, a lot of these vacancies, like with Bed Bath and Bankrupt going out and all that. No, they're putting in pickleball courts in these places. So they're doing a lot of indoor pickleball because that thing is, man, that's grab people by the throats, man. Pickleball, you got people obsessed with this damn thing. Folks from 14 to 144 are playing pickleball. So that's another thing there. But anyway, shocker to many that the Regal Cinemas Citrus Park has shut their doors. They are bankrupt, by the way. All right, you ready for the must-hear big 9-10 item here? I'm running a little late here. Just running a little late here. But the big item, the big 9-10 item this morning is this. The continuation of the out-of-control tip culture. It's getting worse. This is something we've talked about regularly on the MJ Morning Show. Oh, and incidentally, we've got the Duran Duran tickets coming up in just a bit. So stand by. I'll tell you exactly when to call it. Right now, let's do it. All right, Duran Duran tickets right now. Let's go. See, this is a spontaneous show.
You never know.
I just pull stuff out of my, All right, let's go. Caller number 50 right now, 800-990-1047. Caller 50, 800-990-1047. If you're caller 50 right now, you get Duran Duran tickets, pair of tickets, Duran Duran, Amalie Arena on June 17th. Good luck from the MJ Morning Show. So the out-of-control tipping stuff it's just outrageous. We have spent numerous segments on this show since our return 3 years ago almost, October 5th of 2020. We have done this, I don't know, maybe a dozen times. We've talked about the forced tipping, the guilt tipping. You go to a fast food place and take a takeout order, and they're turning the screen around, and they're trying to get you to tip 18, 20%. I mean, no, I'm not tipping on everything. No. All right, so here's the continuation of this. It is so out of control. Now, there are like tips at hotels that they're like forcing people to tip at hotels. I was like, what is going on?
Like to the bellman or something? Or the person that carries your bags to the room? I thought you've always tipped those people, right?
People who check you in.
All right.
Dude, you got it. I mean, seriously.
Here's your room key, and would you like to leave me a tip?
Your room 313.
Listen to this. This is a London hotel, the Montague on the Gardens, a 4-star London hotel. On top of the nightly charge, as much as $1,142 a night, hotel guests are charged a $19 daily service fee. What? The $1,142 for the room is not enough? You got to hit me with a $19 service fee on top of that? Get out. They say in that case, the guest can request that be removed. But again, a lot of people don't know this. Folks, if there's a charge added to your bill and you don't want it, tell them to take it off. One of the biggest rackets now in the whole hotel business is the so-called resort fee. Listen, I'm not using your pool. I'm not using your gym. I'm not using your sauna. But, oh, no, the resort fee, that's what it's for. No! I tell you, I'm paying $350 a night for the room. That should cover it.
Isn't paying for the room the right to use the resort?
Yeah. But again, this has been happening in the hotel industry over the last, really, I think 10 years. But it's gotten even worse lately where they're forcing these additional charges. And, if I'll avoid a place, you're not going to get my money. I'll avoid a hotel where they jam you up with all these stupid fees, all these resort fees, for instance. But, the amount of fees that are being tacked on. Listen to this. Tacking on vague fees, according to Insider, during both the booking process and at the end of a stay is becoming commonplace. It is epidemic, is what it is. It often surprises the guests. The customers are perturbed. People are saying, hey, just increase the fee. Increase the rate. Why do you have to have this tag-on add-on where it feels like you're getting, wambookied, like you're getting scammed and rooked?
And then you get it every time. Nobody complains about it then.
The Dreamcatcher in San Juan, Puerto Rico, on top of your hotel room fee, they charge an undisclosed $15 a night hotel fee. What the bleep? A hotel fee? That's what I'm paying for the room for. That's the hotel fee. I mean, you got to be kidding me. A $15 additional charge per night, and they call it hotel fee.
Isn't that the fee for the hotel that you're paying for? I mean, what the hell?
This is ridiculous. There's no explanation on what that covered, according to the person that complained about that. How about this? You're going to love this. The Honolulu Bay Resort on the island of Kauai in Hawaii, they charge customers a $50 convenience fee for checking in. There's a convenience fee to check into the hotel.
Just raise the price of the room.
Take your convenience fee and shove it sideways.
Well, it's convenient to be able to check into the room you booked.
Yeah, I mean, eventually I'd have to do that anyway. It's like,
yes. Would you like to show up at the hotel and not be able to check in and have to sleep in the parking lot? So, yeah, $50 convenience fee to have you be able to check in. I mean, ridiculous. $50 check-in fee. That is absolutely moronic. But hotels, listen to this. Hotels can get away with saying our base rate is $200, but then when you look at the total price, it becomes $300 or $350 when you add up all the crap. You got to be careful. Here's a California tech worker shocked, encountering a trio of unexpected charges added to his bill during a 4-night stay at a conference center in Arizona. Yeah, charges, $10 bellman gratuity charge, $3 daily maid gratuity, $22 credit card processing fee.
What?
What the? I mean, folks.
Can I pay in cash? Do they take cash at hotels still?
You got to be really careful out there. That is ridiculous. Hi, MJ Morning Show. It is MJ, Fester, and Froggy. Who are we speaking to right now?
What's up, MJ? It's Nancy.
What's up, Nancy? It's MJ.
What's up, baby? What's up?
Well, I'll tell you what's up. Are you hungry like the wolf?
Oh, damn, Skippy. Duran is waiting for me, baby.
Are you like Rio dancing in the sand?
Hey, listen.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Her phone just cut out.
Hello?
Yeah, Nancy, I thought I lost you.
Oh, my God.
All right. I'm just going to stop messing around with these little Duran song tie-ins. So, Nancy, I guess...
I'm a 1968 date of birth. So, you know, I got these tickets.
All right.
Baby.
All right. So Nancy, would you like to go see Duran? Hello, Nancy?
Yeah, definitely I want to go, and it's a kid-free weekend. So.
All right, fantastic. Nancy, you're caller 50. You win. You're going to go see...
Yeah, baby.
Nancy, you go to see Duran June 17th at Amalie Arena. Congratulations.
Woo! Thank you.
What's your favorite Duran song?
Oh, my God, all of them, dude. I mean, I don't even want to think about it. It puts grays on my hair, so
all right,
I'll
well,
be good.
You're going to see Duran. They're great live. They still have it. They sound great. I'm going to put you on hold. Andrew's going to get all your information, and enjoy the show, okay?
Thanks, MJ.
Thank you, Nancy!
Woo!
Woo!
Wow, she is pumped.
All right, Nancy, have a great day. All right, Nancy is on line 2. Now, that's a winner right there, man. That's a pumped-up winner.
Good for her.
When we get back, we got the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show in mere moments, ladies and gentlemen. We are loaded. I still have just a pile of A-list material, and we'll show you next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey, let's talk about your window reply. And here we go, MJ Morning Show. It is 9:29, the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show here on a Thursday. Welcome. Thank you for listening. We just gave away the Duran Duran tickets a few minutes ago to a very excited Nancy. We'll have more Duran Duran tickets tomorrow here on the MJ Morning Show. Keep listening. Now, we spoke about this early this morning. This was like very, very early. I wanted to bring it back up again. And this whole air quality thing up in the Northeast, I've heard from so many people in Connecticut, in New York. Tell you what, we got lucky because Julian's graduation was outdoors last Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And the way that the wind patterns ran, we didn't have a problem last Saturday. But now they are like smoked the hell out. In Connecticut, up in New York, New Jersey. Did you see they canceled the Yankees game last night? They canceled the Philadelphia Phillies game.
Wow. Listen, I saw
in Philadelphia.
Just an orange haze all over New York City.
Oh, it looked like the surface of Mars or something. It's crazy. And it's due to these Canadian wildfires. There's like 400 wildfires that are burning up in Canada. And the air quality sucks. New York City right now has the worst air quality on the planet. I mean, beyond even some of the horrifically polluted, factories every 6 inches in parts of China, where if you don't have a mask on, you're breathing in particulate matter the size of junior mints. No, I'm serious. I'm not kidding.
It's that bad.
Oh, it's awful. And you know what? Guess who's to blame?
It's all Canada's fault.
It's all Canada's fault.
Yeah.
It's all Canada's problem. Their beady little eyes and their forest fires. Blame Canada.
Hey, I know a Canadian, and he doesn't have beady eyes.
Most of them do, and they have like pigeon-toed feet.
Yeah. Why are the phones ringing? All the phones are ringing.
Okay, we already gave away the Duran Duran tickets.
Right. Oh, they calling from now?
A couple of stragglers,
all Pavlovian, thinking that I gave the tickets away in this segment like all week. And, hey, folks, I changed it up. I gave away the tickets at 9:14. Yeah, Duran Duran tickets already blew them out. So I apologize. You got to keep on your toes. You got to keep listening all the time to the MJ Morning Show. So the air quality in New York, the air quality index is like, 0 to 500. And 500 is the worst. New York City hit a 400 yesterday.
That's pretty bad.
That is a horror show.
I'm looking at some of these wildfires in British Columbia, and it's just
Well, that's not the ones affecting us. British Columbia is out on the west coast. So that's west coast.
So both ends of Canada's on fire?
Both ends. It's coming out of both ends.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
It's coming out of both ends in Canada. So, yeah, the ones that are affecting us are up in, like, East Coast Canada. Nova Scotia has some fires. Just a ton of fires. I mean, it's crazy. And apparently they've been getting rain as well. So it's just a mess. And the question is, up in the Northeast, up in New York, how long is this going to last?
Are maple trees burning down? Will this affect the syrup supply? Because that's what I'm most concerned about. That's like my favorite Canadian export.
So with forest fires, are they burning? Are the maple syrup trees getting burned down? That's your question?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I have like, the Aunt Jemima syrup at home too, but that's not real syrup, but really good.
Did you say Aunt Jemima syrup? That's been canceled, my friend.
It's Pearl.
Sorry.
It's the Pearl Milling Company.
I have Pearl Milling Company.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're going to get canceled, man. You say Aunt Jemima, your days are numbered around here.
It's more time for me to eat
Remember
pancakes.
the Aunt Jemima family? They're all pissed off.
Yeah, as they should be.
Yeah, the family, the descendants of the woman that played Aunt Jemima back in like the 1920s and 30s, and she went on tour and everything, and she did events and expos. The family, the great-grandchildren, they're incensed that they canceled Aunt Jemima. So this is a black family that is incensed that their beloved loved one, who became a cultural American icon, was canceled. And Aunt Jemima became the Pearl Milling Company, possibly the worst, most boring name of anything, of any product anywhere in the history of mankind.
I'm looking it up right now. I don't think Aunt Jemima ever had like a tour in Canada. So she's unrelated
I
to...
never said Aunt Jemima was in Canada.
I'm just tying the syrup together, man. But nothing's better than, 100%.
By the way, it was a Jemima. It was it wasn't Aunt Jemima. It was a
Jemima.
A Jemima.
But yeah.
Anyway, I feel bad for all those folks that are up in New York right now, because you have people going on vacation up there, and it's just a mess. Anybody, listen, I don't know if I'm going to get calls on this, but anyone listening right now that just came back from New York yesterday, there were delays.
Sure.
There was a ground stop like at LaGuardia because they couldn't see anything. It's been in D.C. It's been yesterday. It's been everywhere. So
it's like from North Carolina all the way up to the Canadian border.
Yeah, there were parts of Georgia that had elevated air issues. But, I guess we're not having... You know what? Let me see if I can call Dennis Phillips. Hang on a minute.
It almost has like a swirling pattern, like it's following the winds. But I mean, it's showing it's in Louisiana, all through the South, from Louisiana to Georgia.
Hey, I just picked up a line. Someone's calling in here. Folks, if you were in New York yesterday, love to hear from you. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So if you were up in the Northeast and if you had any issues, if you couldn't breathe, I mean, tell us what it was like. If you flew from New York back to Tampa Bay yesterday, give us some lowdown on what you experienced. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Now, let me try to get a hold of Dennis Phillips. All right, calling Dennis Phillips' cell. Sometimes he's up, sometimes he's still sleeping. Because, listen, he did the 11 o'clock news last night,
This guy's an animal. He stays up to like 4 or 5 a.m.
Sometimes we get him, sometimes we don't. I'm just kind of cold calling here. We set him up. He's always available. But it doesn't sound like we're going to get him. Yeah, I don't think he's available. He's probably watching Netflix until 4:30. Seriously.
Please leave your message.
Dennis loves his streaming shows. I just sent him a text as well. So look at the phones here. Let me grab Fester. Bring up my call screener, please.
Sure. Here you go. Call screener.
Let me grab line 2. Sean, just back from New York. Hi, Sean.
Hey, how are you? Love your show. Don't let Roxanne go. Give her a raise.
No, wait, listen. Roxanne's just filling in on Channel 28, so yeah, she's not leaving.
I know.
Just wait.
I'm
leaving before her, trust me.
No, you aren't.
Oh, never mind. I won't get into that. No, we love you. We love you. We're just giving you a hard time. No, I just flew back in from upstate New York, Rochester, Toronto. My wife and I went over to see the falls on the Canadian side and U.S. side.
Oh, yeah, Buffalo, they had some of the worst air up there.
Yeah. It was 3 days ago we were there. It was just starting to filter in. It was pretty thick. Wasn't too bad, but and then
yesterday. So Buffalo, Niagara, where you were up there, Canandaigua, not Canandaigua, but up in that area. Yesterday it was, I think, the Buffalo area and Rochester area had among the worst. New York was awful, but New York City, but Buffalo and that area was even worse.
Yeah, because it's circling down that way.
Right.
It's circling right into upstate Toronto, into that area.
Right. And who do we blame for all this?
Canada.
Good job, Sean.
We love Canada. Come on, we love Canada. Canada's a lot better than some of the other countries.
Sean, thanks for the call. Roberto's in Palm Harbor. Roberto, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, what's going on, MJ, the ambassador to scuba?
Yes, I am the ambassador to scuba. Absolutely. Thank you.
And the alumnus, too.
In fact, I'm going to Tackle Shack tomorrow right after the show to get my little 13 cubic foot pony bottle VIP'd because I'm heading to Little Cayman to do some scuba diving with Julian in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I've actually done Little Cayman diving as well from a cruise ship. So, but it was good.
No, you did Grand Cayman. You didn't do Little Cayman.
Well, the ship was there and they had an excursion.
No, but hold on. You went to Little Cayman from Grand Cayman?
No, from Grand Cayman to Little Cayman.
That's what I'm saying, but that's a 90-mile drive.
All right. You guys
give us all the details of this trip.
Hey, Roberto, I'll call you at home later on. All right, so you're calling about the smoke up in New York.
Right. My brother just sent me a text with a photo, and you could see the sun, and it was like red and just real thick clouds.
Yeah.
And he lives in Ocean County, New Jersey, which would be when I fly to see him. That's Atlantic City, basically.
Yeah.
And they got it.
Yep.
They got it real bad there as well.
It's all up there. It's terrible. Hey, thanks, Roberto. Thank you. Tina is on Long Island. Tina, hello, Tina. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Where on Long Island are you calling from?
I live in Wandsworth, which
Yep.
is about 5 minutes from Jones Beach.
Right down the street from Jones Beach. Yep. So what is it like there right now?
Yesterday was the worst. We had to seal our doors because whatever air was coming in was bringing in the smell. We had to make sure all our windows were closed. We have air purifiers going on. And I know it was like the air quality was over 400 yesterday. You really couldn't even go outside. Looking outside the window, it was all yellow. And yeah, to breathe, it was really bad. If you went outside, to get the mail or whatever, it smelled like there was fires all around you. It was really, really bad.
Yeah, and I want to thank you, Tina. I want to thank you, first of all, taking the time for calling in. But I want everyone to note that you live on Long Island in New York, and you are listening to the MJ Morning Show and not
The Z Morning Zoo on Z100.
So I want to thank you very much for listening to the MJ Morning Show.
You're welcome. Funny story, really quick.
Yeah.
I do wildlife photography, and about 2 years ago, I visit Florida every year, and was out there, and we get up and we're out by like 5, 6 in the morning every morning, and we're flipping around the radio station and came across your show, and it was I love listening to morning radio where people talk and not just hear the music, and I thought you guys had the best show that from when I came back 2-3 years ago. I've been listening to you every morning.
Tina, I'm telling you right now, I appreciate that. Listen, we do a better show than anything that's on the air in Morning Drive in New York City. I'm telling you right now.
And the show that I caught when I was in Florida, oddly enough, was the one where Roxanne's laptop had died and Dom had offered a free laptop to
Oh,
her.
Dom the IT guy. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so I listened. And also, I was the one that reached out to you about New Park Pizza.
Oh, yeah. So I've been a New Park fan. Whenever I'm within 10 miles of JFK, or if I have anything more than a 2-hour layover at JFK, you'll find me at New Park Pizza in Howard Beach. Hey, Tina, thanks for the call.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Have a great day. Listening to us, folks, and not
Rockin' America. C100.
listening to the MJ Morning Show, not
Rockin' C100. C100.
Yup.
Hot rockin' flame throwing C100. C100. Hot rockin' see the flamethrower. C100. Hot hits all weekend long. C100.
Yes, Fester. Can I do something for you?
Well, our next caller is Brian, and he's from Newport News, which is probably the only other city that you have all the radio jingles for. Don't you have those in your system somewhere?
I don't have those handy. Hey, we got to run, Brian. What's going on?
I was just calling to say that it's even very smoky here in Virginia.
So even in southeastern Virginia in the Hampton Roads area, it's all nastied up good. And, of course, whose fault is all this?
My husband.
Blame Canada. Come on, it's all the Canadians' fault.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Have a great day, man.
You too.
All right, thanks for calling. All right, we got to roll, folks. Website loaded, mjmorningshow.com. If you want to drop me an email, mj@mjmorningshow.com. And we're done. We'll see you back here tomorrow. We'll wrap the week up live. Another MJ Morning Show in 20 hours here on WRBQ FM Q105 at 104.7 FM. And let's be careful out there.